doll, but you just poke him with a stick, and more phantasmagorical horrors
So
just
she doesn't have to poke nothing. She just has to look and go, "Hey, Jay, please."
Could
Yeah,
you
I
wreak a little havoc? Hey,
that's
thanks.
true.
Like,
Big
I
white guy energy.
I got
like
into work on Wednesday and be like, so hear me out.
so.
What the hell? This is what we had to do last night in gory detail.
So I stress that that is a very tame version of what lives in my head because one of our players has expressed to me in the past that that's enough for that shit, right? So like so
Uh-huh.
that gauge was here. It goes so much higher than that.
He is skirting the line. And he knows where it is
Mhm.
because I've called him out on it before.
I wasn't gonna point at you directly like that, but hey.
Oh no, it's yeah, no. The blank statement of like the matter of fact statement of this is what's happening, completely fine. The let me get into any details or descriptors or any of that of like visceral images, that's where I'm like,
Stop. Stop.
nope.
If you have to issue a content warning, Heather doesn't want
Yep.
any part of it.
And there's something to be said for that. Alfred Hitchcock was very good at what he did, and for the most part, he let your brain do the work.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He didn't
So
describe all that much, really.
yeah.
Like,
So who's doing the note reading this time?
oh, that's a good
I
question.
figured
Hey,
it
let
would
me live stream
probably
2
be
weeks in a
you.
row.
I'm gonna say not me because I wasn't here. So this is the one time where I say dibs not.
You don't want
Ah,
Kai?
Dibs not? Is that a thing you can call?
But you don't wanna like fast track through and read all of his editorial notes.
Well, here, if I get the fast tracked editorial notes plus any potential commentary throughout, I would rather listen.
So I
Okay.
have never once looked at Mackenzie's or your notes ever. I just hear them the following week. This ought to be good.
Oh boy.
Hey,
Okay.
Uh,
no pressure or anything.
Yeah.
I've been
So
listening to Mackenzie do this for what, a couple of years now. You've got huge shoes to fill. Don't screw this up.
I just realized I've been muted for a bit and didn't even know that. Okay.
yeah.
No,
Oh,
no
no.
pressure. Don't mess it up.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So in order to avoid this going any further into commentary than
Williams.
before, previously on Shadow Scar.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Uh.
I feel like that's
Uh,
gonna take longer, not go faster.
Uh. Uh. So we have the party had heard a whole lot of carnival giggling, quote unquote, at the end of the previous session. Kai is going to immediately use their Mikio ability, Spectral Spy, a servant spear that can be placed on lookout. Looks through its eyes to see what the source of it is. The giggling is coming from a large number. The number kind of varies throughout the session, but we'll just kind of.
I have a plot reason why that's the case if you'd like to hear it.
Oh, good. It comes
Okay.
from several dozen identical smiling girls in sundresses, wielding
I'm
axes
glad
covered in
somebody
blood and
noticed.
pus as they skip down the street. Yeah, so yes, identical smiling girls in sundresses, wielding axes covered in blood and pus as they skip down the street. Don't worry, it gets worse.
Better. You're looking for the word better. It gets better.
You're going to hear that a lot. The spy reveals that these are, in fact, yokai, given the purple-blue energy inside them. It's also likely they share thoughts, given how identical they are.
We do
Kai, having lost possession of all of the remaining fucks, uses a gun. It's not very effective. The bullets do hit dead center in the forehead because they make no effort to avoid the shots. While it's concerning that these entities are not affected by being shot, it does provide information because if these are yokai, they don't need to use the common masks to disguise themselves as human that they otherwise would. So it is likely that this is their actual natural form, or they don't need to disguise themselves here, one of the two. Otherwise, said comma would have broken upon impact and revealed some other monstrous, hideous, nightmare. 4 runs to turn the lever that controls the Shadow Scar gas pump off. He then searches for flammable chemicals for a directed explosive vial. Um, Note, the figures outside are now surrounding the building but making no attempt to enter at this time. They did come through a Tory gate to get here, which means that our team now has a means of fleeing the situation if they can get past the figures. 4 recalls, these children eerily resemble the doll picture our handlers gave us at mission start. Rena folds up one of these pictures and throws it out the window. One of the girl figures picks it up. All of them immediately turn to look at Rena. The sound of them all turning their heads at the same time is vaguely crunchy.
Oh. Heather, don't be popping your neck over there.
I hate that crunchy description. Thank you for
That
that.
wasn't me.
You
popping.
are welcome.
That was me reacting to the sound.
That
and
was like,
my neck did pop.
Yeah,
You'll
But that
get
was
some
not
of that
the purpose of
crunch.
advice.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
they
That's
all
Heather's inner
simultaneously
creep just matching the moment. She can't even help it. You
Yeah,
know that. Right?
yeah.
It's just
all the girls start retching and heaving, and Kai really runs to close the window all of a sudden. The girls then stretch out to be much taller with long fingers. They all wave. They open their mouths to reveal many mismatched, horribly misplaced teeth. Don't worry.
bad guys
It
don't go
gets
to the
worse.
dentist. Better.
It
You
gets
mean better.
worse. It gets worse. Hoshi wants to climb up something to find an impromptu sniper's nest so she can ready an action to provide covering fire. Using analyze situations to determine the girl's intent, she somehow comes to the conclusion these entities are not hostile. Due to the fact that they could have easily entered the room by now and have not done so. Hoshi says hold fire. Tanemichi uses his homeland ability, Folk Tales, to auto-succeed on knowledge checks regarding yokai. These entities are called the Whispering Daughters. Again, don't worry, it gets worse.
Better. You mean
Appa-
better.
Apparently the daughters are atypical or yokai, perhaps some kind of mutation. By nature, yokai don't mature the way humans do, so these yokai being childlike is unusual. They're like small manic children for both good and ill. They're easy to emotionally manipulate, but lack any sense of morality. We may be a curiosity to them. Tanemichi says they won't attack. Kai notes that, however, since they attacked the daughters first, i.e. with the gun and the pew-pew in the head, that might make that irrelevant.
Like an inner city cop just opening fire on children.
Again,
You bet.
as I said in the episode, it worked for Agent J.
That it did. It got him the job and everything. It sure
right.
did.
Yeah. So Rena asked, did their axes grow when they grew bigger? Yes, somehow that also happened. Tanemichi asked the Whispering Key for further insight. It advises the group sacrifices Kai to the daughters as an apology because Kai shot them. However, the key might be a little biased.
A little bit.
To clarify,
Was that? I feel like that specific thing was a Kai insert.
editorialization, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mhm,
That kid just
mhm.
doesn't like me, is what it is.
Yeah.
And with a toothy grin, the
Yeah,
key
right.
says,
Mhm.
Ooh,
I did
don't
not
like that.
say that.
Does key have
No.
teeth? I don't like that.
Oh, the key has,
Yeah.
it doesn't just have teeth, it has creepy human teeth, some of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've established that this key is fucked up.
It's clarified that the team can
We
hear
hit the 5-minute
Tanemichi's
mark on
and
YouTube,
only
right, where I
his
can
side
say
of the
that?
conversation.
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah.
And they won't get mad at us.
I think
Mm.
so, yeah.
Yeah. To clarify, the team can hear Tanemichi's side of his conversations with the key, but only his side. Tanemichi asked what would happen if the key was thrown out the window instead. It says probably nothing. Tanemichi really wants to do something, but we can't do that here.
"What?"
One daughter's eyes start bulging out of its skull and tapping on the window. Don't worry, it gets
It gets
worse.
better.
The daughters phase/ooze through the window as if they were water moving through a sieve and reach outwards like zombies that want a hug. Rita asks towards whom the daughters are advancing. Answer, nobody in particular, seemingly all of us.
For
She
whom
seeks
the
to
bell
communicate with them.
tolls.
Kai has retreated towards towards the stairs, not the elevator, because they've seen the, horror movies where you open the elevator and there's more.
Yes. There's 4
Uh,
dozen small children. Let's go into a lockbox.
Mm-hmm.
Tanamichi, however, does retreat towards the elevator. The daughters advance towards Hoshi and Kai. They produce a cage from their hair. Ew. And a key eerily resembling the one Tanamichi has. Ew. They then push the 2 items towards the group, however, making a gesture as if to suggest a swap. After the break, Kai tells Tanamichi to give them the key in the creepiest voice they're capable of summoning for no apparent reason. Tanamichi uses the ability Weak Point Politics to do an insight check on the key. He asks what the key is omitting regarding the daughters. Big plot point here. The key says they're creepy yokai and they want to trade, but Tanamichi shouldn't do that because, quote, you'll never get into that vault without me.
Dun, dun, dun.
You want to handle the Jack and John problem, and you can't do that without me. If you try to use anything else, you'll get your face melted. The key says it didn't realize Tanamichi and Kai actually matter to each other. The daughters, growing impatient, thrum their fingers against their teeth. Don't worry, it gets
better.
worse. Kai suggested they could use their deep fog ability to auto-yeetificate themselves out of the building. The fog wouldn't reach the Torii gate, though, so the group would be spotted if they tried to reach it. Rina notes that fleeing would be difficult given that Koshi still has a half-calcified foot. Hoshi suggests she could put a seal on the key that would allow the group to give it away and then magically summon it back into their hands if they got away. The reach on that is only 50 feet, though. It would have to be a very quick bing bang thing. Hoshi, respecting the autonomy of the sentient key, decides not to make the trade. Upon touching the daughter's version of the key, Rina can suddenly hear a high-pitched voice coming from one of the daughters. Apparently, they are apologetic that Tanamichi's key is one of a kind. It was the first time they had made one, and it goes to their front door. They are offering the cage object in trade because it relates to an object known as, big plot point here, the Harmony Crystal. The daughters assumed that's what the group was after when they came here with that key. Rina relays this info to the group since only she can hear it. The daughters will willingly part with the crystal in exchange for the Whispering Key, but what is the Harmony Crystal? Hoshi has read that the crystal, while a myth, would theoretically allow its bearer to instantly teleport to any dimension, no Torii gate or rift required. However, she does not share this info with the group out of mistrust. She's only known them a couple of hours. Rina immediately recalls the same info and promptly does tell everyone, to Hoshi's dismay. Rina knows the crystal is real and that it would allow someone to take passengers with them. These are important information, bits of information that Hoshi may not have had. This is due to a secret element of Rina's backstory and clan connections. Hoshi feels validated for holding back because Rina is all too happy to get her hands on that key. Kai insight checks Hoshi when they detect that Hoshi's holding something
The
back.
only
They
person
successfully...
who's entitled to infinite power is the person who would never use it. Like,
yeah. They successfully determine that Hoshi is holding something back, not what it was she withheld. The daughters then swell their bodies up like balloons, oozing until they fill the room. The walls and floor are covered in skin, and as the team is absorbed, they are teleported to next location.
Like we said, it gets worse.
Better. The word you're looking for is better.
Yeah.
I stand by better.
I said, I warned you 5 times, audience. It gets worse.
It gets better.
Better.
What a session that I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
it just occurred to me.
Hmm.
Real
Wouldn't our
humdinger.
entire mission be done if we just gave them the key? All we were told to do was
Know
fix
what we're
it.
supposed to fix.
Wait,
Yeah.
they have the key. They were supposed to have the key. Aren't we supposed to just
okay.
We don't.
So-
we
That's
had
the
a
thing.
poem and a doll on a picture of a brick wall, and we were told fix it. We weren't told what to fix, so we don't actually
Mhm.
know if giving them the key is the solution to this, or
Funny you bring that up.
Mhm.
At this moment, Kai also has feelings about that and wants everyone to close their eyes before they arrive anywhere. Two things. One, we are being observed everywhere we go.
Oh yeah, on the inside of your skull and the outside, it's creepy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Two, we have active reason not to trust the two guys who sent us on this job and telling us to fix something.
Sure. Is that because you believe that they are actually the two creepers, or just because you work for the government and that inherently seems kind of untrustworthy?
I
Yes.
think because we are being,
Yes.
we were,
Yes.
Both.
both can be true.
the symbols
Uh,
I'll say you don't even
I
work for
had
the government.
found.
You work for like a shadow cabal, an interdimensional intergovernment shadow cabinet.
Even
You're
if you
Right.
even
aren't
creepier
Jack
than
and
that.
John, Kai
Yeah.
also found discrepancies in how the agency normally does operate versus how this particular
Mhm.
mission is going.
But
So
Mhm.
Right.
we
Speaking of-
were assigned here, right?
I-
Like we're doing we're doing
I don't-
Assigned. We don't
I-
actually. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm with.
cards on the
yeah.
table. Those how do I put this? Inaccuracies as far as description of assignment and how the whole thing went down. This would have gone very differently if you hadn't noticed that. So thanks for that. I appreciate that. That this would have. I was like, what happens if they don't notice? I don't know.
Okay,
I
don't
have a-
notice
Mhm.
what now?
I have a
That's
very
best.
strict only plan one.
we
Oh,
instead of using the Tory gate, there was like a rip and we were thrown through.
Mhm.
Um,
That's
Yeah, that's
how
not
they usually
normal.
run
like
it.
way
Yeah.
that this mission has been presented
Mhm.
to us, what we've been told to do, all of the like official procedure, everything has
What we're
been
supposed to have
weird.
been given hasn't
Yes.
been normal standard procedure.
right.
So Kai is
Okay.
under the opinion, and I'm going to try and Cliff's notes this so I don't take up the entirety of the runtime of this game.
Again, I want corkboard conspiracy Kai session.
Yes, we
Go.
want
Okay.
the
I know.
Okay.
I'm
whole-
so down
Okay.
for this.
Instead of the
I-
beach episode, you want the madness episode.
Yeah, I
Yes,
brought popcorn
exactly.
for this.
Eyes closed for the duration.
I want
Okay,
Cross
so,
the beach episode
I
of this.
think John and Jack, for whatever reason, they couldn't use the key themselves to get into this vault and get the Harmony Crystal, and they want to use that to take over to like go run roughshod over across the whole multi-dimensional mosaic thing. So if we steal that, they sent us here without an exit door, but they can watch us at all times, so they know they can see the second we get our hands on said Harmony Crystal.
Oh shit.
But we won't be able to get back to give it to them
Mhm.
unless they provide us an access point.
You
Mhm.
We
forget
can
that
use
the
we
crystals
can use the
didn't-
crystal. The crystal
Yeah.
is our exit point.
Or
What?
if they send something after us.
Okay, but why would they let us take this thing if they can't
No,
trust
I
that we're going to
highly
use the crystal? We are new. We're amateurs. We don't trust ourselves. We don't trust each other. We don't trust
Mhm.
them.
I trust
And
you.
we are fully bait in all
Right.
of this.
Okay, but since they're watching and hearing everything we're thinking and saying, they
Mhm.
know we don't trust them, and they know that if we get access to the crystal, we will just bamf the fuck out of there and not give it to them.
Maybe that's their point, though.
So I know we didn't talk about this explicitly, but I feel like one of the things Kai took from the organization is just a copious amount of red thread. You know what I mean? Like a lot.
Mhm. Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Paranoid. A lot of paranoia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, red thread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So
It's fate. Go along.
It's all
with it.
connected, man.
Hoshi has spent her life training to not fully think when needed.
Just turn it off.
And it's very helpful because when it was she recalled the details of the crystal and then shut down her thought. So the information of the crystal they would have seen, but any in terms of like
Mhm.
trust or any of she's not nope. It's literally I am not questioning that right now because there's something going on in my brain. It's internal disassociation.
but
Head empty. Good vibe. Only.
Whatever you got to do to keep people out of your skull.
Right?
Like,
we-
So then Kai insight checks her. She didn't say anything. Now Rena's saying all of it and like, yes,
Yeah.
let's do it. And
So-
now Hoshi's also just like,
To be fair, Rena didn't say anything of that out loud. She just thought it. So nobody
Uh-huh.
else
Means-
knows about the
which means that they know all the things. That's the whole point, is that
Yeah.
even if you didn't say it out loud, it was still thought and told to them. Oh no,
Mhm,
what Kai?
mhm.
So, but this is a good thing. The fact that we're
Mike's just
Okay.
sitting in the corner like, okay.
okay. No, this
We're ready.
is
I am loving the
weirdly.
conspiracy theories.
This
Mhm.
is weirdly. This is a good thing for us. We are chaotic, unstable, unpredictable. We're going to take random, impulsive actions that contradict each other at any moment. We don't know each other. We don't trust each other. We
I
can't
trust
guarantee.
you.
So we shouldn't think things through, is what you're saying. Everything
Yes.
should be impulse.
Right.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
this is
Sec-
Molly's time to shine.
I mean, I thought
Right.
that's what we were doing.
Okay.
Rena's
so-
been doing.
The second-
What Rena's
Wait,
been
that's a
doing.
change
was
in
like,
the
I'm
plan?
already
That's true. Why are you
there.
telling me what I'm already doing? Like,
So thing one, the second we get before
Thing
we
one, Rena. Thing
before
two,
we are
4. Thing
Before-
3, Molly.
Wait, why am I thing 2? I am obviously thing 4.
shush.
Oh,
To
of
me-
course. Well, are there 4 of us? I think Hoshi, Tanamichi, and Kai
5
are
of
not
us.
things. I think we are the very like
Okay.
straightforward thinking.
ah.
So you're
the-
4,
the-
so you're 2, so you can multiply into yourself. It's fine.
But anyway,
Yes.
so before we figure out where we are, any of that, when we should ask if Rita can ask the daughters or whatever if they have a way of shielding us from Jack and John, and if they know who they are, any of it. Those would be good things to know. Second, the second we see the crystal, all of us link hands and all try to grab the damn thing at the same time.
Yes.
Whoever touches it first, just decide on a dimension and teleport us there.
Of course.
Good. Whoever touches it first, just pick a random place. We don't know where it is. I don't care. Don't tell us. Also, have several in mind and pick one at the time.
Mhm.
That way, because the difference between the crystal and the rift things is time. They're going to need time to watch through our eyes, see where we are, figure out which dimension we're in, and travel to it. We are faster than them as long as we have that crystal in hand. But if they can predict where we're going, they can meet us there. So the goal is to be impulsive, reckless, and unpredictable. So as
Gotcha.
long, yeah,
3
How
things
does-
that a DM loves to hear.
How
Right.
Oh, I'm looking
does
forward to this.
Kai in game communicate this plan to us?
We just listen. He lets us listen to his thought process. That's probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's no way you talk as fast as you think. You know,
Right.
just think it.
yeah,
Um,
that's the goal. It's just I'm just beaming all of this as we're being teleported inside of the giant
You bet.
horrible flesh ball. Yeah.
So
Flesh ball.
briefly, you all know what it's like to be a liquid. As you pour out of what would appear to be pitchers onto the floor and then sort of reassimilate into yourself. Sort of
Wrong character, Jay. This character does not know how to be liquid.
It got better.
it got better. See? Like,
Are we
You're
sure
not
that's
helping
still
for 'em.
better?
oh,
You're
it's
not
better.
helping.
First you dripped down and then you dripped up. You sort of dripped and then undripped. You dripped into a solid.
Wait, so we drip dropped?
You drip dropped, right? Drip, drop, drippity drop. You bet.
How
Oh.
is Hoshi's foot?
I mean, you
Still
dripped,
fucked
but
up?
now it's calcified drip.
Cool.
You bet.
It's
Cool,
exactly
cool.
the same as it was. Okay.
Yes, now it's sort of. I mean, it's got a sort of a tinge to it, a sort of
Really gotta
greenish
fix
tint.
that.
You look a little bit like you have like pond scum foot.
When we have a moment.
Oh, you
and
have
this
a
is some-
moment. You're
no,
here.
No. This is something that she will have already asked of for and Molly, just as things are happening. If the two of y'all could potentially help her create some kind of protective boot that would not like weigh her foot down anymore, but would help it be protected against randomly shattering when we have a moment to like think through that and make one, that would be very helpful. And it would help her not slow y'all down.
Air
The-
bubble, grab
The
bubble.
room you've
I'm-
dripped into looks like it belongs to several small girls that are in every way stereotypical girls. So there's a lot of pink and ribbons and such.
Ah.
That's your line? Pink and ribbons and such?
That's the scariest thing you've said this session.
There's
shush.
also a cootie behind glass, if that's a
Well,
thing.
well,
Like-
it's the
A
scariest
single
thing Jay
one
said.
No,
I was-
not
individual
a
Nick was the one
cootie,
that read
the
the
cootie.
list.
A cootie the size of my head, right? The cootie, the one true
Hey!
cootie, from which all other cooties are descended.
Excuse me while I stop my cats from digging in the trash can.
Like, kidding. There's no bug under glass. Calm down. Like,
No, everyone
Uh,
knows a cutie is a little hard fairy fly. It's fine.
I see.
Interesting.
Right.
Moving on.
The bedroom, it looks like it's big enough to hold two little small children that aren't old enough to get their own beds yet. It's a bedroom. That's it. There's a mirror. There's ribbons. There's books. It's not exclusively a more traditional gendered bedroom. There's also what appears to be a bucket of more traditionally leaning male action figures, G.I. Joe, that sort of thing. And they say, "Hey, we're here."
Way to go, kids. Way to fight the gender binary.
Like, and they say the crystal's in the basement. Knock yourself out. You'll need the key to get in there. We're not going with you. The basement makes us uncomfortable.
Why is that?
So like the key.
The whispering key.
Yes, the
Okay,
whispering key
got it.
that is losing
Mhm.
its shit inside your head right
Yeah.
now. No, like it's like, I'll do anything you want. I promise to make it up to your friend for even suggesting this from out a window. I'll do anything you want. Please get us out of here.
You only have one thing you can do. Open a vault.
Well, we don't know this. Only Tanamichi's getting
He
this.
does- Is the whispering key gonna die if it opens the vault?
Sorry, that didn't
I
come
don't
up. I meant.
I think
Oh.
Hoshi.
Is it one of those things where the key speaks if Tanamichi is touching it, or if like it's just
Oh,
on
it does.
his
It
person?
doesn't. You don't need to touch it for it to be able to shriek into your brain.
Cool. Because I was like, I'm gonna put it away for a second, but if that's not gonna do anything to keep the voices.
Strangely,
quiet
it
in
does
his
have,
head.
even though only you can hear it, and it's definitely in your skull, not in your ears. You
Mm-hmm.
can muffle it, so you could like wrap it in a towel and shove it under your bed, and it would be harder to hear.
So
Like,
real quick, you know how like when you have the different characters that like climbed through the sewer or whatever, and you just have the one that's like, ugh. That's Hoshi right now. With the we were liquefied and then re-brought in. She's just like,
Not
Hoshi
the weirdest
dripping.
thing you've seen today.
Oh, you're uncomfortable having just used coagulate as a verb?
That's
Oh,
a winner. I love it.
Jay, can I make
I
a
liquidated.
clarification thing?
Could you what now?
Can I make a clarification thing?
Sure.
Do I still have the little explosive vial with me?
oh yeah, that you made.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yes, I have a little pocket that I want to put it in.
Your
That is
vial of
is
Bob.
a hidden pocket that no one can figure out where it is.
A hidden pocket, you bet. As opposed to a very public sort of pocket.
Yeah,
where, that other people might
it's-
use on your person. A
it's a
community pocket.
it's a private explosive pocket.
I see.
That could have been worded so much better.
You know,
I'm
you
sorry.
really, yeah, you
Explosive
could.
pocket.
You
Becky and I
said it
both
now.
made the same
Like-
face.
It took
Oh,
me
yeah.
longer than it should have to get done.
I feel like we've shifted from an
I
awkward
still don't
usage
get
of the
it,
word
but I see
pocket
the
to a
faces I
sexual
fucked
use
up.
of the word pocket. Thanks,
Uh-huh.
buddy. Like that was like.
Yeah.
Hey, this is
Mm.
already not a stream
Anyway,
that children
What
should
does
watch,
this
so I'm
place
not worried
look
about it.
like?
1970s rural America.
Sure. Why not?
That's the scariest thing you've said all day.
You're welcome.
Moving on.
Oh.
Rena, since you communicate with the daughters directly, do they know of Jack and John, and can they shield us against their guilt?
Oh, yeah.
Bye,
Let
guys.
me ask. What did they say that their name? Did they actually give themselves a name besides
They-
the?
The children? No.
Tanamichi referred to them as the Whispering Daughters, according to folktales.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much identification.
You'll actually, to set the specific year we are in, you'll find that I'll Be There by the Jackson 5 is currently playing. which was one of the biggest pop hits of 1970 specifically.
Hmm.
Um,
So she's going to turn towards one of the girls and
Mhm.
so we were sent here by Jack and John. Did I say that right?
well, you know our dads.
don't-
What?
What
Oh,
the
No.
fuck?
oh, really? So they live here?
Plot twist.
Well, I mean, we're grown up, so they more like they visit.
They visit. So we were sent here by them. Why couldn't they come themselves?
Oh, they can visit, but if you're here for the crystal, they can't get inside the crystal. Well,
Why?
they can't get inside the basement.
Why not?
Don't know. They've never said. We love them,
There it
trust them.
is.
We didn't ask.
I've
Okay.
never tried to use
There
them.
it is.
Well, they are our. Do you know anything about what your dads do?
Sure, yeah. Dad is a farmer. Other dad, and one of the other girls goes, "No. You hate it. They hate it when you do that." Go, yeah, but anyway, one of our dads is a farmer. One of our dads is a politician.
So much things make sense now. Well, they are able to listen in on us. Do they listen in on you?
No, that would be a violation of our privacy. Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Look at her
So,
face, like
Just like
is there
no,
a
that
way,
would be creepy as hell. Like,
is
Oh,
there a way
that's
that
where
you
it
can
draws the
help
line?
us not have them in our heads?
nobody can be in your head. What do you mean?
Well, they can listen
Tattoos.
in.
I gesture to the tattoo on the ear and the hand and the
Yeah,
eyeball.
so we have a few things that allow us as a group, because we're a group to try to help, different things in the world,
Mhm.
be able to communicate. However, we don't really get to choose when other people that are in charge of us can listen in, and your dads are in charge of us. But sometimes what we have to do, they don't need to be listening in on.
Well, that doesn't seem very right. No one should be able to have access to your brain without your permission.
I agree.
We agree.
Is
Is there-
Rena the only one that can hear their side, or are they talking out
Oh
loud?
no, they're talking. There's
Okay.
two of them, and they talk in unison. But
Hoshi is just like
you're right over there.
just nodding.
the
Just
pause to
Shining
When-
vibes are strong here.
when they say no one should be able, without your permission, Hoshi's just like,
That's creepy. Like
Um,
when you Kai, I didn't miss the part. I know that you're showing off the tattoo, and one of them is like, "Oh, that's cool," because they glow a little bit, and they think that's cool. The other one is like, "Ew, gross," because tongues are
Oh.
gross.
Jay,
Yes.
why?
Why
Not you,
what?
Jay. Other Jay.
That's so diminutive. Jay is not other Jay, okay? Like
No, the one who responded second.
I love that we have actually already had this conversation
We
in
have.
other chats,
Right.
and we're having it again.
you're not
It's amazing.
secondary Jay or some shit. That's
It was
not
the one
okay.
who didn't respond.
genuinely, what I
It's
have
okay.
done is whenever we are in a game, it's character name for Jay, because it just solves so many things.
Besides, that puts a lot of pressure on me to be like J Prime or something, and I don't want that responsibility. Like I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So you mean this
Anyways.
J over here, not this J right here.
So-
okay,
Oh,
got
don't
it.
worry, I have
Yes.
4 J's in my life, and 3 of them interact, so it's great.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
I collect mics. I don't know why that is. Mike Kai is like mic number 17. Like
Mm-hmm.
including but
They
unlimited
don't
to.
interact. My mics
Cody?
don't interact, so I
I
never
know
have to
exactly why you know so many of them.
What is that?
Because statistically speaking, Michael was the most popular name for my age bracket for a straight decade.
Wow.
Yep.
So
So,
this
I
system
will-
is made
I
by
will-
Cody. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I will say I'm a restaurant manager, and there are 4 managers of a particular restaurant. My name and my general manager's name are both Mackenzie, spelled the same
Oof.
way.
Oof.
Do you
Oh.
realize how much confusion that causes? Hey, I spoke to you yesterday. I'm so sorry. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Spoke to
Right. You
the
spoke
other
to the
one.
other one.
Every single Heather -1 has been a decade older than me that I have met.
Oh, nice. So there's a gap there you can use.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that other one, I was very annoyed. They were in my senior English class, second semester. I almost made it my entire way through school without another header. Almost. I got right to the end, and then she was in my class, and I was like,
look, it's not your fault, but I don't like you.
Yes, like she's a great person, amazing person. Pick a different name.
Yeah. So this system is made by Cody Spawnsmith, son of Mike Ponsmith, who makes a bunch of other stuff. Like my mics aren't even separated within, like, it's not just the table. Talsorian products. I have like 3.
Yeah.
I also have multiple mics in my life. They are all not connected at all and never interact ever, which is great. Nice. Which is makes things a lot easier.
Robs, that's a problem.
Stormy, you were trying to talk to me about something.
Yes, apologies. What now?
Before we went on the name tangent.
It was just the very perfectly timed picture you drop somewhere else that Jay will see later.
Yep. I don't look at those till we're done. You know, like for a treat, you know.
Yeah, I did prompt that picture drop, I do believe.
So here you are in the bedroom. It's from the window outside. You're clearly on the second floor. And it's a nice sunny day outside. You're in what looks like a suburb, little pink houses, right?
So, another question. So what are you able to help us with that issue that we have with being able to have other people listen in? Potentially?
What do you mean? We're how would we do that?
If that's fine. I just figured I would ask. Another
one of them, the other one taps goes, actually, we could maybe, I don't know. That feels gross. I don't know if that would work. We could sit inside your head and sort of create a wall between you and the tattoo. But
then we wouldn't be able to communicate with each other is the problem.
Yes.
Beyond having them in our head.
I will say Molly is very fascinated with this idea.
Yeah, so is Rena.
Oh, they let you communicate with each other. That's really cool though. Like inside walkie-talkies. That's cool.
Yes, it actually is really cool.
The communication amongst us is great. Other people listening into our thoughts when we don't want it.
Less great.
Not what I signed up for.
While we agree that that's not okay. Again, 2 girls speaking at the same time. While we agree that like stereo, while we agree that that's not okay, there's really nothing we can do about it. So we feel bad for you.
Your offer is gross, but we're considering it anyway because this is creepy.
Also, you were trying to get the key.
We wanted to get the key for our dads. Yeah.
You said you wanted to get, but they gave us the key.
They had the key already?
They had the key. They gave it to us. Yes.
That means they trust you to get it.
Okay.
No.
But you also said that it was to your house and you needed to be able to lock your door.
Yes. So the key locks all the doors in our home.
Including the basement.
Correct.
Where the vault's at. Okay.
You bet.
What else is in the vault?
Theory number 2.
We don't know. We've never been inside.
I have a follow up to the first theory. Okay. So Shadow Scar, the misty stuff that calcified Hoshi's foot. This is important here. How did they infiltrate our agency long enough to deploy us on a job, like in secret?
What?
Are you asking the children how their dads?
No, I'm thinking
in secret. Like, did our stuff get hacked? That they'd be listening in, or is it?
I'm wondering if I'm wondering if they. How would they have gone into the agency physically? They got there, were able to hang around there long enough to have us ushered into a room with them, send us on a job.
I honestly think we were assigned to someone else and they hijacked it.
Exactly.
What if there was a Tory gate that those 2 put on the doorway that we walked into to meet them?
It could be.
And we actually went to that door, but they hijacked the actual doorway.
When she
regardless.
was standing in said doorway, trying to halfway walk out, and she was just kind of leaning up against it. Would in her mind she had, now that we've been through a couple of these torii gates, was she standing in the middle of a torii gate, or was it just a regular ass doorway?
Just a regular story. You can't stand in the middle of a torii gate while it does its thing. You'll get ripped in half.
Okay.
So that means that they either had help on the inside from someone in the agency, or they were able to successfully detain a large area of the Shadow Scar agency grounds at the same time. And wouldn't it be convenient if they had access to a artificial form of Shadow Scar that had uniform effects on a large number of people?
So what I'm hearing is a version of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra infiltrating Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Either that, or probably a little bit of that. But if they sent someone into the agency, a double agent who had access to the artificial Shadow Scar we experienced at the last place, they could deploy it there, stop everyone in the agency in their tracks, hold them there long enough to basically do this whole bullshit stuff with us, punt us out, and then by the time everyone gets returned to normal, switch goes turned off, we've already disappeared. They have no idea where we went.
Another thing, though, we got our tattoos so people can listen into it. They had to have been officially assigned.
Someone has to, yeah, they might still have access to those.
To be able to, actually have them as our handler and be able to hear us in. So,
and
that
why would
adds
the
a whole
agency,
other layer.
If they are the ones that hearing us, it could be the people we were actually assigned who are the ones hearing us, and they have no way to connect to us.
We won't know.
You don't actually know if the people who sent us on this are the ones hearing us.
Right.
So now what?
Hoshi is going to ask these young ladies if they have any strong
Whose names are Jillian and Daffodil, by the way. They'll introduce them.
Oh, good.
They'll introduce themselves.
Love that. That's sweet.
Wait, it's not 4 dozen J names?
There's 2 of them.
But
anyway, do they have any potential strong substance that might help clear one's head? If you did about this much of it.
Dad has brandy.
Wait,
where? Chance get a little bit of that.
You're gonna drink their booze.
Can I get some more of that?
I mean, it's in the cabinet and we can't reach it, but
okay. Are you by chance able to potentially help with her foot?
That's another great.
They'll look down to the foot and go, yee.
Yeah, right? Me too.
At least with something to make sure it doesn't shatter, something to hold it in place if you're not able to kill it, encompass it so it doesn't
Daffodil
crumble.
has less of a constitution and will kind of lean out the window and go,
oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's and Rena's gonna go and
doesn't
pat
have
her
a
back.
constitution after all of the shit that they pulled in the last place.
No.
Look, you never know what's going to go
by different things.
Foot.
Some people have no issue with wounds and don't like fecal matter. Everyone has their own different.
But there was multiple array of things that they did.
I love how you're like, that's where they get fucked.
And
they
are
their
line.
Fucked. They were fucked. They made things fucked. They
Rena's
performed
just
a plethora of a cavalcade of fucked, and they'd rather line it.
It's okay, sweetie.
They'll apologize. They'll go, it's not you. I'm so sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
There's brandy downstairs.
In the basement?
No, in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the second we go down to that basement, all hell's gonna break loose. So we kind of have to prepare for sudden plot overdrive.
Downstairs is a nice enough place. It's the fixtures are new, everything's well maintained. The couches look soft and comfortable, and this year's model. But the house is modest size. They spent all the money on the inside instead of getting a larger place to live. The garden outside is nice. You can see through the window. Lots of colored plants, well maintained. It's nice. like off a
Right.
postage card. The kind of thing you put on the sign in order to sell people to move into your neighborhood.
Oh, can we potentially figure out where we're at in the neighborhood? Like where this location's at?
Why would we want to do that?
That is a good question. Why would you want to do that?
Rena has ideas.
Oh, good. Please share.
Out loud to the rest of us.
Molly is very excited about Rena's ideas.
Well, no potential enemy. I want to know where he lives. Where they live. I know that the girls live here and they have been really nice. I would like to know in general where Jack and John live.
They don't live here, they visit here.
Just want to get out of the room.
But it's the same area.
We don't know
We,
that.
well, we don't know if they live here, but like I still would like to know because this is important enough for them to, you know.
We should know where this is for us to be able to come back to if needed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, Rena might have other things in mind.
Rena always has other things in mind. When is that?
Of course. She has to have tons of things going through her mind at once, so they can't pick and choose which one to listen to.
Right. And Kai's going to begrudgingly acknowledge that's actually not the worst thing, because if they all have the same information, they start making decisions as a group, they're going to become predictable, and they might be able to head us off. Fuck.
Out of curiosity, before I like to leave the room because it's terrifying to him, for reasons, do they have any pictures anywhere
in the room?
Out of the room, if he starts
like family
wandering.
photos?
Yeah, the hallway is filled with them. Dads take lots of pictures. I don't know about all dads, but these two dads take a lot of pictures.
Aww.
Are there any with dad and dadder in them? Yeah, I know. I'm bringing the joke back.
You don't know that. You don't know which one is more dadly. Besides, what makes a person dadly? Is it might, care? The height? What makes somebody
Are there any pictures of these father figures in
Thank you. Absolutely. You see what are clearly Mr. Skulk and Mr. Smile across various ages in the past. They look really happy.
Wait, through ages?
Yeah, they've gotten older, right? So
so they're not undead zombies here.
Right. Yeah. You've got Mr. Skulk holding one of the little girls over his shoulder at what looks like some sort of picnic, right? Mr. Smile is holding up a trophy in front of his little girl who looks like she's won some sort of, that looks like a wrestling competition. There's a boy on the ground who looks like he didn't just lose, he lost.
Wait,
he got roughed out. What? Little girls can't wrestle? What are you getting at?
No. The boy on the ground means they interacted with other people.
Yeah. It also makes it seem like they weren't always horrifying.
Oh, I don't know about that. History is filled with serial killers who did that for fun but loved their kids.
Yeah, there were some concentration camps right outside of major suburban developments.
No, that's still not what I'm going for. I mean,
are the girls
when they were
they look the same in those photos as they have when we've seen them?
They're a little bit shorter, but aside from that, they look the same. Yeah.
So they were.
Are there photos with more than 2 of them in it?
No.
Yay! I found something.
Which means the rest of them were fake.
Hey, what was it? Daffodil? Hey, Daffodil, can you tell me about your siblings?
Ings? I only have one sister.
So when you guys found us in that building, there looked to be many of you.
Oh, yeah. Dad taught us how to do that. We sort of reflect through gas.
Cool.
Like a magic trick.
So cool.
So it's just the 2 of you and your dad's son. That's awesome that you have this whole place to yourself.
How do you do that?
I mean, we can't do it here. We need smoke or fog or gas or something. We sort of splinter across it. It's hard to explain.
But they know how to do that too.
Dads? No. That's a unique trait to us.
That's really cool.
Dads have other talents.
What are their
like
talents?
What?
They're really strong. They're really fast. And the other one will go, and they're downright creepy sometimes. No, they like to sneak up on us. You think everything is creepy. Like,
Which one of them is the one that you said has the weaker constitution?
that would be Daft.
Was that also the one that said everything's creepy?
No.
No.
Like,
Okay.
Daffodil would suggest that what her sister means is that they are stealthy when they want to be. They also appreciate really, really terrible, stupid dad jokes like "pull my finger," and until you
don't tempt
until you
me.
shut them up, they'll just keep talking. They love their dads.
Do your dads have a study here?
Oh, you mean their office? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they would mind if you showed it to us?
No, they have people over all the time.
Awesome. Could you show me the way?
Sure. Yeah, you bet. And they'll skip down the hallway and everything.
Woohoo.
The study's on the second floor. It's across the hall from their bedroom. Big oak door, nice. The kind of thing that if the walls around it burned, it wouldn't, right? Big security door. It's open ajar though, like this much. It looks like what you think a study's going to look like. There's a big desk, lots of paper, bookshelves covered in books, many of which look like they haven't been touched in quite a while. There's a layer of dust on top. Most of them are books on various legal precedents and like lawyer texts across various subjects.
Hey, Daffodil, do you want to hear a joke? When is a door not a door?
I'm gonna feign ignorance and go, I don't know.
When it's a jar.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. But my parents told me that when I was growing up too, and I thought it was a great time.
The other books there's a couple of books on not really psychology as it was in the 70s, but more like how to get people to care what you have to say, that sort of thing, like a self-help book for ingratiating yourself to other people. And various biographies on politicians past and present.
So
And exactly one farmer's almanac.
This picture that
Wait, one?
Just one. You only need one. They're all the same. Like
Hoshi's gonna ask the twins about like the picture that Rena had tossed down to them that my coworker tossed down to you. We were given that picture and the key and told to fix it. Do you happen to know what your dads wanted us to fix?
I imagine they meant retrieve the key, though. That's weird if they already had it. We don't recognize any of this.
Yeah, they gave us the key and then said to fix it.
What they probably meant was for you to come here and open it. They can't open they can't open the door.
You know why they can't?
And the other one goes, is it they can't open the door or they can't go inside? I don't know. I don't know either. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They can't get what's inside.
I would say that actually does matter. Why?
Okay. We believe you, but we don't know the answer.
Has that always been the case since y'all lived here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. People came and set up the vault and put the crystal in there, and then we eventually bought the house. Dad's knew it was in there when we bought it. Well,
so you bought the house after.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Only time. And then for the first time, their voices crack apart. And they're two children, not one, for just a second. And they go, that's the first time I've ever seen Dad mad. And they both say that, but they say it like a bad echo. And then they snap back together. And I will see you in 15 minutes.
No.
God damn it. Okay.
I missed the part. What made the fathers mad?
They
not being able to get in
the vault.
They bought the house because they knew that the vault was there.
Vault
and what
was
in
there,
the vault.
but they couldn't get in.
And they didn't find out till
Either
after they got
with
the
or
house.
without the key.
So they had the key to the house, but that also worked
the house
for the.
opens everything, including the vault, but they can't open or go into the vault, and we don't know which one.
I really want to rifle through the desk. There has to be something.
I'll leave it to Molly. She'll just like tear everything apart.
I'm trying to... Go ahead.
When we get back, I'm going to try and set my spectral spy up again so we don't get ambushed.
I would love to find a tactful way of asking them if their dads are yokai?
I mean,
I
they
have to
are.
assume they are.
Oh, I'm assuming, but I would like confirmation
True.
because if they are, then that means she just like truly 100% just wants to fuck off.
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to find something to klepto.
Oh, 4. We have something to klepto. It's in the basement.
Yeah.
No.
Now
That's
that is the option though, is we can grab
That's
that
the
and go back to the
prize.
actual agency and be like,
Mhm.
hey, here's what happened. Quick, help us, save us. Anyway.
We do
okay.
have there
I-
is a
No.
bill there is stuff called Call the Cleaners in Pirate Police Radio. So that could be a way that we could get them to come here.
I don't want.
Whether that's the dads or the actual agency.
And
We
that's the
don't
thing
know.
is, I would rather
That's the
wait
problem.
until we know who we're calling before I'd suggest we call
Mhm.
anyone. On that note, though, I do think we have to assume the agency's compromised. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that the same forces that are compelling them to send us after this crystal, I do want to go back to the agency at some point, preferably as soon as possible.
Wouldn't it be great if the whole plot of this was to get us to grab the crystal and then us trying to escape with the crystal so the bad guys don't catch us
That's
with it?
that's essentially that's one of the two possible avenues that came to mind. Essentially, the two primary plot arcs I kind of assumed were going to happen as a result of this are either A, we get the crystal and they essentially chase us across the multiverse, uh, or B, they get it and we have to chase them. I preferred the first as opposed to the second.
My brain stopped working. I missed the last like 3 sentences. Sorry.
Oh. Um,
So sorry.
that's okay. The two versions of how this is probably going to end up turning out are either we're going to get our hands on that crystal, and then they're going to immediately show up and try and start chasing us across the multiverse, dimension to dimension to dimension, or we're going to botch this so badly that they get it, and we have to then chase them to get it back. Make sense?
Yeah. I am curious to see. I don't know if this was raised. If uh the two parents are the original parents of the children. Because what was it about masks and taking other things' shapes?
Oh, the yokai by their very nature have to wear kamen, or that's a Japanese word for mask, to um appear human in areas populated by humans. So they put on the disguise, the mask makes them appear like a certain person, and they go around basically influencing events in these various different dimensions. Under the guise of, like, Bob Jones from Whereverville. Um, the the daughters are not wearing them, which means that whatever they look like now is what they actually look like. Although I don't get what the deal was with the axes covered in blood and pus, but that's a question we can bring up.
Wait, where did the axes go? They haven't mentioned them in a while.
They have not. No one. They have not attacked us with them. I don't know why they were skipping around carrying blood pus covered axes. That seems like a salient point that we should probably consider bringing up.
I'll leave that up to you. I will not remember. Fully honest. Um,
I love that somehow has escaped everyone's notice.
until now.
Yep.
Apparently, Hoshi thinks I'm wrong. Um,
It hasn't
Uh,
escaped my notice. It's just no longer the thing that's priority information right now.
what is priority information for you?
Trying to find information about their dads.
Oh,
Also,
too.
Kai is probably going to suggest at some point to Hoshi that we visit Refuge since, space might have bubble-ish technology that might help you with your foot.
You finished that sentence, and Nova from over here just went
Yeah.
like, no.
No. And you know what's fascinating to me is that y'all in your backstories came up with like a whole bunch of politicking and scheming and secret relationships, and I have been headcanoning my own mixed gravitational motorcycle sport for what's going on in Refuge and have absolutely zero like secret agendas through this whole thing. Everything I've done has been public knowledge right from the jump.
Oh,
I don't know why you would think there's any secret anything happening, or
No,
politics or hidden information. This seems like you're a little paranoid there, and I think you should get that looked at, actually.
or just wanting to see machines from other worlds.
my paranoia is keeping us alive.
It's doing something.
Is it though?
It's doing something.
Constant vigilance.
You can always call in Thanatos again.
Oh
Is
God.
that someone we really want to get
Thanatos
involved?
again? I've already signed one contract. Oh, we need to keep track of how long it's been,
Uh-huh.
because your stuff might just randomly.
Oh yeah,
come
you're gonna
out.
come due.
Well, it hasn't even been a whole day yet.
I
We don't know
know, but
that.
we need to keep track of like the days as they happen, so
Mhm.
that we don't
Mhm.
accidentally miss. Like, oh, I thought it was only 2 days. It's been a week, and then all of a sudden, like,
Mhm.
Well, now that we know we were supposed to be, those key points.
oh, I needed to.
Did
I
you
still
forget
needed to.
I still haven't leveled.
I haven't either. That's literally what I was just thinking about. I was like, I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Whoopsie doodles.
Whoops.
Whoopsie doodle indeed.
Forgot.
Meh.
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 World's most middling philosopher. Mediocrities. Meh. Meh.
Meh.
I don't-
Nova is playing with her toy in the background, and she keeps hitting a million different things with it.
I mean, as
Aw.
you do. So I know I said 15 minutes, but technically we have 3 left. Everybody all set?
We've been
I don't know
theory
if Mackenzie's
crafting.
back.
Molly's or Mackenzie's the only one I don't know is back.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Nova.
Hi.
Baby.
We've been secretly plotting against you behind your back.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm used to it.
It's not like it's recorded or anything.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, us
And back
talking
from
without the
break, by the way.
DM here or the GM here doesn't actually change anything.
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't be ridiculous. He
Oh,
doesn't
that
watch
was
these.
something.
No, so I
wanted to
wasn't here
see.
and I never watched these, so
I haven't actually watched ours back or anything. Can we add timestamps to each episode as they come out for the recap? Because we usually talk for a
Oh.
little bit, do the recap, and then jump in. And the recaps so far, thanks to Mike and Mackenzie, have been pretty thorough. And I think especially if
Mhm.
anyone is wanting to like catch up super quick, like,
Mhm.
oh, let me listen to these 3 minutes.
so I don't know how to
And-
do that, but I'll figure it out and add
Well,
them.
usually-
Recaps are usually about 20 minutes, if that helps for whoever's watching this.
Well, I was gonna say like the actual like reading of the notes. Usually you can do like a comment on YouTube and just put the times, and then you can pin the comment
Yeah.
so that
Son
that
of
way
crap.
it's just there.
Mhm.
You don't have to change the video at all.
Yeah, that's
Ah.
a thing that one of the CR commenters does a lot.
Yeah.
which is super helpful.
Good to know.
Because I'm just thinking, because we usually have pretty thorough recaps. And then if we do consistently do like the end of session, let's,
like after show
brainstorm
thing.
or whatever.
Yeah.
The debriefing.
Hey.
Then
that
we
one is
can
also a little too close to home.
We can also
Look,
Is it
Mike
really,
just wants
Rita?
to. Yeah, Mike just wants to
that's
get
what
his
we can also
undercarriage
put.
out in the
We
open.
can also
that's
put
all.
a timestamp of when that starts. So if people wanted to listen to that, or just like, oh, this is when the actual main storyline actually ends tonight, or whatever.
Like we could do the recap, and then the break, and then the end.
The breaks
all like timed out, so we
Yeah.
kind of know where things are.
Yeah, that's the good idea.
Optimize for your viewing pleasure.
Exactly.
Brought to
That
you
you
by...
too can create your own corkboard. What, dear? Somebody said a thing?
Oh, brought
Wasn't
to you
me.
by whatever our group name is.
The
That's
letter
a great
J.
question. What are we? Who are we?
I mean, we've been together for like a day.
Less.
So
I think maybe like 6 hours max.
Are we just like the amateur squad currently? Like, what are we?
The new kids.
Lovely bunch of coconuts.
You are currently
like
on a block. That's true.
Yeah.
There they are, standing in a row. Bum, bum, bum.
The new kids on the scar.
Oof.
Hey, speaking of.
Yes.
Scar tissue. No, that's a little. No.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of what, Jay?
Nope.
The corroded foot.
Oof.
Hey!
The calcifieds. I don't know.
The lefty support group.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I am left-handed. So this doesn't just feel like a thing at my character. This feels like a thing for me.
Lefty and her footman.
Hi. I'm done.
These
are
okay.
I'm done.
Bye, Heather.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Nova's gonna take over for me. Can you play Hoshi for me, baby? Come here. Can you play Hoshi? Yeah, you see you match.
Oh, goodness.
She's like,
The day your
right,
foot
baby?
becomes uncalcified will be a sad day.
Kai and the Red Strings. I don't know what to tell you.
These are all band names, not team names.
are you sure about that?
Look, some
we
team
could be
names are not
both.
winners, right?
That could be a great
it
name
could be
for us,
both. That's
too. Are
fine.
you sure about that?
You are already a better group of defenders than Marvel's group by that same name. So perhaps you can co-opt the title. Did you see that show? It was terrible.
I don't want Disney to sue us.
Oh, that's a good
Right.
point.
Otherwise,
Actually, worse.
I would be so down for that.
Because the Defenders aired on Netflix, you'd have $2 billion corporations.
Yeah.
Breathing funny at you. Yeah.
Mouse-eared lawyers just showing up at your house.
I'm already
Disney does
wearing
rule
this
the world
shirt
with just 3
thinking-
circles. They sure do.
I'm already wearing this shirt, only showing half of it for most of it, and because of how. Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking.
How notoriously litigious the Walt Disney Company is.
That is one of the only reasons I didn't hold up the hat I'm wearing, because the hat I just bought. Because
You're not wearing a hat?
I don't know.
I can
Yes,
see
I
your
am.
hat.
You just can't see it.
Uh-huh.
I am.
Oh, it made it even sadder. I got a haircut for today for this session, and I forgot the damn
You got your
webcam.
haircut for us?
I was good. I've been trying
Kind
to
of
go
a
for
weird
a week.
decision, man. I mean, I barely know you.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to look nice for the group.
Whoa! What is that? What's that little falsetto? What happened there?
Oh, I can do a few voices. It's all good.
I see.
You back, Molly? You're muted. If you are.
Yeah, I've been back.
Oh, I see.
Okay. You've been muted this whole time.
I mean,
so
I
we've been
did say
waiting
it a couple times, but I don't know if anyone heard me.
We did not.
Because you were muted.
No.
You were
No, I
muted.
unmuted my. I thought I unmuted my mic.
I never once saw your mic unmute, so if we just all collectively missed that, I'm sorry.
Apologies.
Yeah, I'm back. We're good.
Okay.
Did you have any contributions for the group/band name?
No, I don't know. I liked it all. We're good.
Rena and the Problem Children? I don't know.
I feel like the undisciplined works better.
The Undisciplined is good.
Pretty good one. Mm-hmm.
The good guys with a question mark?
Yeah, because I also generally don't want a group name that is person focused of like,
Right, yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't actually want you guys to
Yeah.
decide to name it around
I
my
heard
foot
one the
at
other
all
day.
ever, because then that becomes
Mhm.
Somebody said-
Hoshi centric.
The
Now,
pro
if
toe
so-
tags, I think.
If
Somebody
someone
said.
dies, we can name it after them. We can do that.
Yes.
That's in memoriam. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
What I heard
But-
was you want me to kill one of you.
Now, keeping in mind that
I'm just
people
assuming
that
you
die
will.
in this
Absolutely
game
not,
don't
Jay.
necessarily stay dead.
That's true.
True.
Well,
Keith Richards.
they
yeah.
might.
Yeah.
Depends on how quick we are with those spirit lanterns.
Yeah.
So the
go.
office.
Yep. Here you
You
are.
said
the
that there
office.
was books about politicians.
Mhm.
Is there one about Rena?
No. When I say politicians, I mean
Like how to be a
Earth-centered
politician?
politicians in 1970 and before that.
Oh yeah.
This study makes
1970.
from the outside, you'd have no idea that these two people were interdimensional, like, compatriots. Nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Does
okay.
anyone have any tactile way that or tactful, not tactile? Jeez Louise. Tactful way that I can ask about their dads being yokai?
Tactful? How on earth would you go about that?
That's why she hasn't said anything yet.
Like the
What's
extra
the-
dimensional version of,
Hmm.
hey, did you know your dads are Jewish or something? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, like no, there's a reason
Well-
why she hasn't asked, but with everything in this house and it being a specific time period centric, she's kind of wondering if they did used to be human and now aren't.
We could definitely
So
phrase
that
this
would
as a
be
game.
a big surprise. Humans don't make yokai or the other way around. It's just not how it works.
Mm.
We could
Why she wants to
definitely
know if they
phrase
are
this.
yokai.
We could
What was that,
definitely-
Molly?
Oh, we can definitely phrase this as a game of never have I ever, or we listen and we don't judge.
Listen and don't
Mhm.
judge. My
I love
parents
that
are
game.
yokai. No, because that's like if they were people, then they aren't yokai. If they were not people and they were yokai, there's a reason why she wants this.
Are you
distinction.
suggesting that yokai can't have personhood?
No.
Okay,
Yes.
just checking.
No,
Yes.
she's literally trying to figure out who and what we're dealing with,
Mhm.
and genuinely doesn't know if we are dealing with people who wanted to be human, who
Mhm.
were previously human, or who are human and something has happened to impact their physicality.
Sure. How do you get from here? How do you get from where you are to where you want to be in the conversation?
Oh,
I don't fucking know. That's why I'm asking people. I have ideas because I
Rena-
don't.
Rena's gonna turn to one of the little girls.
Oh no.
Jillian, have you heard of the phrase yokai before?
Yeah, it's it's like pet names our dads have for each other.
Oh, they call each other yokai.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
All the
okay.
time.
Have they ever
Us
called
too.
you? They haven't ever. They called you that too? Oh, okay. That's nice to know.
Heather, you all right over there? Like,
I'm just honestly amazed that Becky was able to do that. That was very wonderful, and I'm very
That
impressed.
Because
was like
Becky's a
the
s-
smoothest
You're
fucking
right.
That was
way.
incredible. This is exactly
Now
Okay,
I know
to-
skill set.
right.
to,
The line
uh,
between Becky and Rena is super thin. You know what I mean?
Okay,
to
so
quote one of my
Mine was
favorite
just
shows that I'm
like,
not going to say the
"Damn,
name
that's
of.
smooth."
That is how you interrogate children.
What? What show is that?
moving on.
Yeah.
Kai's gonna do two things real quick. I'm gonna put another Spectral Spy out just in case the Heckle Jekyll show back up.
They have names.
I don't
Right?
care.
And
Okay.
And thing two, for personal reasons, can I just go open the front door?
Sure. Yeah, you bet. You'll see neighbors across the way. It's early. You'll see neighbors across the way picking up their newspaper. And they'll wave at you and go back inside and close their doors like it's no big thing.
I'm going to scoop a pile of just a handful of dirt out of the front lawn,
Okay.
stick it in a baggie, and just put it in my bag.
See any mail around?
It's kind of weird, man. Like, but yeah, sure.
This is okay. Kai is from Refuge, a space station floating above Earth because yokai took over Earth in their dimension, and they have not ever set foot on planet Earth themselves, or anyone they know has no one has that they've met has ever set foot on planet Earth ever before.
Presumably, you are standing on planet Earth right now. Yeah.
And I am the first. I am taking some soil back with me. God damn it.
Did you say? Did you ask if there was any mail? Yeah, there's a mailbox at the end of the path.
Oh,
The little red flag is up and everything. I've got a jar of dirt. I've got a jar of dirt.
Just a little bag of dirt. Just a little baggie
I've
of
got
dirt.
a baggie of dirt. I've got a baggie of dirt.
And you want what's inside it.
Spoiler, dirt.
Rena
My
wants to
dirt,
go do a little bit of snooping, like just check to get the address.
Snooping. Oh, I see.
Trying to find the address to find out where we're at. Like, just kind of wants to kind of go out there and be like, make sure that the mail did or didn't come yet, and like look at their address.
Flags up, mail's here. It looks like are you opening the mail or just looking at the envelopes?
Just looking at the envelopes. I'm not going to open their mail.
I love you say not gonna open them now, which implies that you might open them later.
I said I'm not going to open up the mail.
Mail.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Although that would track with Rena too, but
it
yeah.
would. Yeah, the stamps on the outside.
We
look
will go through all of their stuff. We will snoop through their house. We'll interrogate their kids. But opening their mail,
opening the mail is a crime.
That's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That is
Like,
the lines that we have are very
odd. Like
they're
Wibbly
very
wobbly.
strong. They're
Different.
drawn in the dirt and like cemented in. They are there.
the dirt
They
that Kai
are
just picked up, so they're not there.
Yes.
Right.
We even tried to drink their booze.
Oh, did you
No,
do that?
she
Did you?
asked, and then when they said it's our dad, she didn't go get me.
Oh, I tried to.
Oh, I see. You'll find it. They got like the big glass container with the fancy bobble top. It's pretty.
Taking what is a person who's not there versus
I
the
think the word
drinks
is
from the
decanter.
kids
It's nice.
whose home it is different.
It's fine. We can put water in it. Fill it back up to the line.
That brandy
That
is sort of a
doesn't work with
reddish
brandy.
plum color. Yeah, like
This
brandy
is
is
not
not
vodka.
like no brandy does not look like water. Like,
Vodka does.
Also, some people can smell the difference between vodka and water.
Mm.
It doesn't always work.
So the stamps on the outside it's probably what you're expecting to find in a 1970s mailbox. There's a bunch of bills, of course. A couple of vote for this politician or that politician leaflets, right? Must be voting season. And
Wait, names of the politicians.
oh, now you're gonna make me look up who was running in 1970. Thanks for
Oh
that.
no, we just want to know if it's their parents.
Right.
Oh, I see. So presidents of the time. There you go. Also, yes. Mr. Skulk is running for president. Sorry, excuse me. No, running for town council.
Well, that's
Excuse
very
me.
different. That is very different.
Yes,
What was the name of the
apologies.
person
Very
running for
different.
council?
He's trying
What
to become
now?
the.
What was the
Mr.
name of the person running for council?
Mr.
Mr.
Skulk. He's one of the dads.
Was he was the
Specifically, Jack Skulk.
and he oh I know was Smiles or Skulk the tall thin one?
Mr. Smiles is the tall, thin one with way too
Skulk
much
is the-
face. It
is
goes to
the-
like
The squat one. Okay.
you bet. Assuming
Square.
that assuming what you've got here is accurate, you're probably looking at Jack Skulk and John Smile, which are terribly creepy names. Now that I put them together, ugh, I
Uh-huh.
don't like
I
that.
mean, Mr. Smile and Mr. Skulk were already creepy.
Yeah.
Yes. Well. Look,
Do
I'm
unto
not
others as you would
right.
have
I'm not
yourself do unto
immune.
yourself.
Okay. Like.
Congratulations, you creeped yourself out.
Yep.
So Rena is gonna go up to Tanamichi. Are we ready to go use the key on the door?
I am.
Oh, hold on. Stormy, that's a great thought.
Thank you. I have
Oh
one
my
or two.
God.
Is this a thought shared in the Discord?
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
uh-huh.
Can't go look.
I want to look more around the desk for like what papers they have. You said there was a bunch of legal stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking for a little bit more.
The
Let's see if-
pictures.
Sure.
Can I go look back and look at the pictures that have the dads in them? Do they have like the really long fingers and everything, or do they look more human?
They look more human. They have all of their digits are longer than you might expect. Like if all of my fingers were a half-inch longer, they'd stick out, but I wouldn't be like, whoa, what a creep.
Yeah, you just have a longer, slender hand.
Right. Yeah, they have longer,
Yeah.
slender hands, but that's it. It's not like it is now.
What about their
Though
kind
you
of
will notice that from like if you find the youngest photo and trace it towards the present, their hands and necks and bodies do get a little bit closer to the forms you know them in now, but it's just a little bit. Nothing that's going to make the other presumably humans around them go, whoa. And it looks like as it goes along, they know it. Like in the photos, they look more and more like they're moving their bodies in such a ways to kind of hide that.
Is this thing corrupting them?
I don't know. You said you wanted to look around the desk?
Or like pull out any drawers to see if there's any kind of writings that don't pertain to the election, but something else, or a plan for what he's trying to do with their election.
I don't know. I don't see a skill for that on here necessarily.
You also said they have neighbors out and about.
Oh yeah, they live in a cul-de-sac. They have dozens of neighbors that are, and all of them are about the same distance away.
For what Stormy's trying to do, would knowledge be good?
Knowledge, that was what I was going to say. Knowledge would be fine. I was going to say,
you bet. Knowledge, awareness.
Because like being able to parse.
Thank God he didn't say insight.
We never figured out whether or not the girls could help Hoshi with their foot.
Oh, awareness would be better than apologies. Awareness would be better than knowledge.
I think at least Hoshi has moved on to other thoughts, and we'll figure out her foot later.
Okay.
What did you get for your awareness roll?
I appreciate that though.
I'm currently doing that. So 6, 2, 3, and 2. So it'd be
you're looking at two successes total. You bet, with
Mm-hmm.
no drain. You bet. You look around the desk. There's nothing to see. You're confident there's nothing to see. You open the doors one at a time. There's other things you think you'll find in a wooden desk like this. There's some pens. There's a contractor. A protractor, excuse me. There's a little like metal basket with erasers and stuff. It's a well-organized desk that somebody clearly uses for writing frequently. There's some loose leaf paper that hasn't been written on in the bottom of the little stack. There's a really nice stationery set in the middle drawer.
So Hoshi is gonna grab Molly, who is probably the most not like
I keep meaning to ask Molly. What I feel like I'm ignoring you. What do you want to do in all of it?
I'm just Molly is the one who's like the most disarming. That's the word, disarming. Hoshi wants to.
You mean weaponizable?
Take Molly. Well, at this point, everyone is in her mind. I'm going to use you for your talents. That's why we are a team.
Right.
And going to
way to take all the romance out.
At least I have the. Let me look at my thing. I have the like suit of dark blue. So
Shinobi Shijoku.
So it's not going to be like the most inconspicuous, but it's also not the weirdest outfit. It's the 70s. We're fine. Going to, if Molly will come with me, go and talk to one of the neighbors and let them know that we are looking to move here, but we've noticed that there is an election coming up and we don't know anything about these candidates. Can you tell us about them?
Oh my God, Molly is so in.
Did I hear that right? You want to weaponize? I'm sorry, leverage? No, that's not better. You want to use? Nope.
I want to utilize Molly's skills as a member of my team, a team that I'm a part of, to go and disarm, like be nice and friendly to these neighbors.
You mean talk? Just talk. You don't have to make it sound so creepy. You just like
weaponize
she doesn't have to be, but she is. And go and
friendship.
And talk to these neighbors as if we are either new or getting ready to move here, and we notice that there's this election happening and we don't know anything about these candidates. Can they give us any information so we can be informed as we are in the neighborhood?
Molly, would you make a manipulation roll to succor your would-be neighbors?
Yeah, absolutely.
To
I
put the
apologize.
squeeze on them.
My setup is not great, so trying with the whole move and all. So give me just a second as
Oh,
I
take your time. I'm so happy for your move, by the way. That's so cool. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a pain in the absolute butt so
Yeah,
far.
I bet.
Moving
It's
on.
like,
I feel that.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of one of those things that everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Oof.
Oh.
So but it's okay. We're fine. Um,
Okay.
I think we're gonna be able to move in on Friday, which is
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
after, 2 weeks of work. Because they left this place just absolutely disgusting.
Oh no.
Like it took me 3 hours to clean the oven and I'm still not done.
Ugh.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like that.
gosh.
Oh.
Better than my neighbors. They left a literal bucket of shit upstairs.
Awful. I'm sorry
That
for
is
laughing. That's
astoundingly terribly
terrible.
specific. Like,
Oh boy.
so once upon a
It's the
time.
fact that it's a bucket of it is what makes me
Yeah,
concerned.
like,
Yeah.
like
That's not just, hey, the toilet didn't work one time and I just really had to. That was intentional.
No,
right. That's real deliberate.
Yeah.
Right?
that was like a
Oh my God.
multi-member family.
Mm.
I'm
So
so sorry. I will never complain again about the cleanliness.
once upon a time, a friend of mine is a
I
landlord.
mean, to be fair, what we've been finding is approximate, but that's it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
What is
gosh.
you know what? I want to know, but I don't want to know, but I want to know, but I don't want to know. What is
How about we
approximate to
know
a
when we're
bucket of
not
feces?
on stream?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all
Can we-
the gory
Yeah.
details.
Maybe,
and
maybe,
then-
Exactly.
maybe this needs to be saved for the debriefing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's post
Uh-huh.
on that.
All right, I
Let's
got
save
a
that turd for later. You
I got
bet.
a 654, so 4 successes.
Hey. So you charm the pants
Lose
off
them,
these
yes.
people. They're even
Very
willing to give you their underpants in a sort of debrief kind of way. I'm
Are
just
these
kidding.
neighbors outside or am I knocking on doors?
They're
No,
just
they
on
were,
the
there were
bridge.
neighbors outside were who I was trying to go and
Yeah, there are people picking up their, like, for every person going outside just to pick up their paper and go back inside. By the way, given where they've been, like where the papers are, this looks very much like a paper route. So a kid came by with a bike and threw him over,
Mhm.
right? It is the 70s. There's also people work outside working on the rose bushes or whatever. Like, you don't have to go, hey, whoa, and then keep somebody from going inside. Striking up a conversation with a neighbor in a
Mhm.
floppy sun hat is a piece of cake.
Gotcha.
Can
So
I ask
Molly-
that a
Go
part of the conversation that Molly is having with these people also asks about the details a little bit of the last election so that they might let slip a year
We could
and
just
we're
look at the
not asking
newspaper
them
for
what
that.
year it is?
We could just look at the newspaper to see that.
Oh, I might
True.
if we don't get it, but also I don't want to be like, here, let me look at your.
All right, so Molly walks right up to somebody, probably someone who's like outside doing work, probably the neighbor mowing the lawn or something, or
Sure.
trimming their bushes, because she doesn't want to be like super suspicious. So she
Mhm.
goes up and she's like, "Oh my gosh, hi, my name's Molly. We just bought a house in the neighborhood, and I just wanted to come over, introduce myself, and say hi."
I don't know how I forgot that Richard Nixon was president.
We don't
in
know that it's her
1970.
actual name. We don't know. We
I
just
could
know
have
it's her
told you
name.
that.
Yes, well,
You really
I had to
think
double
Molly
check.
thinks that far ahead of things? I've described her as being so incredibly book smart, but not socially
Street
smart.
Yeah.
Now she's in the streets. Got it.
Yeah, no. So she's 100% like
Did
all
you
things
just
through
become
this-
my new best friend?
Exactly. She's like, I'm so smart. I can think through strategy. Like, I'm super great. But if you throw me in, I'm gonna just
Going
wing
with
it.
her instincts. And hey, we were told to be
Yep.
impulsive, so here we are.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Molly. So nice to meet you. We just moved in. What's your name?
The nice lady introduces herself as Lily.
Oh, hi, Lily. How are you doing today? Like, oh my gosh, your garden is absolutely beautiful.
And she'll do that the hand pulling thing. Oh, thank you so much. I spent a lot of time on it. And she lights up. She's very excited.
And again, this is like her first time on Earth, and she is again like the science person. She's like, oh my God, what kind of flowers are these? These are so pretty.
Those are roses that I grow with my own special feed. Before you ask, I'm not going to give it to you. Nothing personal. Lots of people ask.
Just out of curiosity, I don't even care about the feed. Do you have like seeds for these? What did you call them? Roses?
Roses.
Oh my God.
And she'll sort of like look at
We've-
you funny. She goes, you're not from, do they not have roses where you're from?
No, we've been really in the city and they've been trying to like repair it and do some social work down there. And listen, there's a lot of things that aren't there that should be and shouldn't be that are there. So we decided to come out here.
Hmm, I see. Well, nice to have you. I yeah,
Gonna
I've
try
got a
and-
couple and she'll give you like she'll cut a couple off and hand it to you. Oh, here you go.
That's
Any more than
very
that, and it won't be ready for the tour, but you're welcome to these three.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
you are
See?
so incredibly
but
sweet.
Molly is trying not to burst out into tears because she's so excited about flowers. Like she's never heard or seen of roses before, so she's very excited.
I'm gonna
So,
try and steer the conversation, but still let Molly be the one that's like being the face of it towards the like, yeah, we were just wondering like if you could tell us anything about we saw some stuff for an upcoming election and we don't know anything about the candidates or any of that.
Well, that Antonina woman is currently our what's the word I'm looking for here? Governor, mayor?
No,
You
Um,
said town. You said member of town council. is what
yeah,
they were
you
running.
right, yeah. Antonina is currently the mayor, who is a real person, by the way. Antonina, I'm gonna fuck up this last name, Uccello, I think, was an Italian American politician who was mayor of Hartford, Connecticut from 67 to 71. This is important for two reasons. One, the first female mayor they ever had. And as far as I know, she was a Republican in a mainly Democratic city, and as far as I know, remains the only Republican mayor they have ever had since. She absolutely shattered every expectation. Like, was a real person who kicked a lot of ass.
Good for her.
Whether or not you agree with the policy is separate from whether or not she shattered a bunch of expectations.
She's still either way. I mean,
You're right. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Made an impact for sure.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
real
So-
person, born and raised, kicked a lot of ass. Go you. The more
So
you know.
Molly like leans over and says like, so this like Anita person, like,
Hmm.
do we like her? Like, is she chill?
I mean, I like her. Yeah. Gentleman across the street doesn't like her. At least I don't think he does. He's running against her. I don't think he's got a lot of support though.
Oh, and so who's that guy across the street then? Is that like this other guy? And Molly will like point to the picture of the political ad that is like the Jack guy.
Yeah, that's him. Jack Skulk's running. I don't know. He came into the race late. He doesn't have a lot of support. It's what I mean, he's a nice enough guy. We've had lunch a few times, but that's what you get for, not shaking a bunch of hands and knocking on doors. He's never around.
Never around. Like, how do you run for office if you're like never around? Like never around in this neighborhood?
I don't think you
never
do.
around, like,
I don't think he's gonna
publicly?
win. Like,
And can we, while Molly has the newspaper, can either Molly or myself read the date on it?
yeah, you bet. It is 1971.
Which is definitely not the year it is for us.
No.
No.
Can
No.
I
No.
ask Daffodil a question?
Daffodil. Yeah, sure.
You said one of your dads was a farmer.
Hmm?
What are they farming?
Don't know. Goes to the field, comes back. I've never been. We've never been.
The field.
The field. Yeah, it's big. It's he always that way. He always comes back covered in dirt. That way is towards the backyard.
Dirt.
Wait, so there's a
Mhm.
field? That's not okay. I need to go look at this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right in
We should,
Wait, you're not.
You're not here. We're across the street.
Oh, sorry.
The
I missed
other question I have is,
Just one.
oh my god, I have so many, but I'm trying to limit how much I talk.
You don't have to limit how much you talk.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I
Go
don't.
nuts.
I know, but now I have forgotten what I was gonna say.
yeah,
I
I
was
went
gonna
bug
say-
Dutch for this entire first half of the session, so
And I
Um,
talk whenever I want, so cut in, please. Otherwise, I will be the one talking the entire time.
You said your dads are only here sometimes. Do they have another house?
No, we all live here together. We're old enough. We're 9.5. We look after ourselves for the most part. And they're busy, doing their stuff.
Did you say it's breakfast time? Or
We
like,
didn't, but that
or-
sounds good, actually. Yeah, you want something? We'll make some eggs.
would you like me to make something?
They'll look at you and their eyes in there and go, "We are 9.5. We don't need help."
You just remind me of some of my younger siblings growing up.
In my
Sorry
experience, small
18.
children do not give a shit if they're not 10 yet, right?
Yeah.
If they're like little kids
Exactly.
get bent. 9 3/4 is the thing little kids say, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, let's make some breakfast.
They'll ignore the let's in that. Go get a stool, reach to the counter. They'll do the best they can. They don't need your help. They don't want your help. Like,
Yep.
if you try to help, they'll like pull it away from you and make it themselves. They don't want your help. Like,
Do they use any of their weird yokai shit while they're here at all?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If you could all bendy, why would you like? You don't have to move from the counter
Yeah,
to the fridge to the
exactly.
sink. You can just.
I just wanted
like,
to
2 of your
clarify that
fingers
that
can go to
was
the fridge.
happening.
Oh yeah, 2 of the fingers.
Because
2 of the fingers. 2 of the fingers go to the fridge. 2 of the other fingers go to the sink. The thumb goes up to the
okay,
cabinet.
got
While
it.
you're not looking,
No,
you just go
no,
like that.
nah.
No, likey.
No, that's some Mr. Fantastic body horror bullshit you are not allowed to do here.
Yep.
That's the tamest thing he's done
I
yet.
was right. The line is it body.
Yeah.
The line is it Mr. Fantastic, not eyeballs tapping on the glass.
Rena's
Not,
still so
not
fascinated.
we were pulled into a skin balloon. Like, what are you?
Yeah.
I regret that I did not use the phrase skin balloon.
Skin balloon.
I don't regret that you didn't use that phrase, but it felt like one to encapsulate the quickest.
Of all the things I might apologize for, I apologize for failing you for not using skin balloon.
That's okay. We used it for you.
I know. Thanks for that. Like, we're team.
Tanamichi's gonna ask, do you have any friends in the neighborhood? Do you hang out with any other kids around?
They'll
Anybody
sigh
come over?
and go, no, dads are really protective of us. They will have friends someday, probably, but not right now.
Well, I mean, you're 9.5. You should be able to make that decision for yourself, shouldn't you?
Daffodil will snap towards you, go, I know, right? And then they'll snap back into it.
Everyone's gonna hear over in their brain except for Molly, who's next to me, because I'm assuming this is all happening at the same time. So we've gone over and like started talking. You're gonna hear. What year did you say it was? 1970 what?
1971.
Guys, we're in 1971 Connecticut on Earth, and there is an actual election.
Specifically, Hartford, Connecticut, if that matters to you.
Hartford, Connecticut. This is not the year that we were in before.
No shit, says the guy from space.
Yeah.
I want to tell Molly that there is a farm behind the house in the backyard.
And are you saying this like while I'm actively talking to the woman?
I am sorry, but yes.
Rena is gonna look at one of the little girls that said that, about friends, and she's like, I'll be your friend.
They go all bouncy, snap towards you, and wrap their fleshy skin balloon bodies around your legs.
Rebecca, you would become friends with the body horror doll children.
Where'd you guys leave your axes?
Why? Oh, no, that was just smoke and mirrors and silliness. We don't own weapons. Don't be ridiculous.
Would you like to?
What? No, we are not giving weapons to children.
Their eyes will get this big. They'll pop like dinner plates. And go, dads don't let us have weapons. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll think about it. I'll talk to your dads first, but maybe I'll send some daggers.
As soon as you say I'll talk to your dads first, they go pouty and they go, that's not going to happen. Yeah.
It's okay. I can sneak you daggers later.
How long have you been able to
If we can get out of here before the dads show up, I will drop my knife on the way out.
They go,
hey,
how long have you been able to stretch? Always.
Oh, that's a really fun thing to do. I wish I could stretch like that. I can't though.
I'm gonna ask
they ask how you want your eggs.
Over easy, please.
This very
do you have any orange juice?
Neighbor Lily.
Sure, they'll do the bendo stretcho to the fridge and produce a carton and
Bendo's judgment.
Hoshi is
Y'all-
going to ask this wonderful neighbor Lily if
Always eating.
she might borrow their newspaper because they're not on the route yet since they just moved here.
Sure, yes. Just let me take the sports section from my husband. He'll be
Of course.
very angry if he doesn't have that for his paper. She'll yank out a couple pages from the middle and hand you the rest of it.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Of course,
And-
tell everybody that to vote. It's important.
Absolutely will do. And just gonna like hook arms with Molly and be walking back and just going just to Molly, like out loud, not in the head to everyone, but just like lean towards Molly and go, what the fuck did we get landed in?
Hey, but did you hear there was a farm?
I love how that's the part you care about. Like,
Nah.
You hear
Yes,
there was
I
a
heard that's a
farm?
farm. And even though I know you're gonna get all excited when we go there, we actually should go there and check it out.
Yes, we are going there. I'm not giving you a choice. I am going, if that means I'm leaving everyone behind.
Okay, well, let's go see what the others have found. Okay. I'm just gonna...
Wait, is there a radio in the house?
yeah, where do you think the Jackson 5 is playing from? A CD player? It's 1971.
I
Like,
completely forgot
I mean, there's
that
also
the
a
Jackson
record
5 was
player,
playing.
so
That's
It's
true.
The Jackson
That-
5 are playing.
that is a fair question.
right. Yes, it is a
If
radio.
there is suddenly
There is a
radio
record
show
player.
playing,
Right. There is
then-
a top of the line record player in the study, but that's not where the music is coming from.
Can I touch the one in the study after I'm done eating breakfast to try and get like
What a weird way to say it. Can I touch their record player just for each other and get a little fondle pokey pokey? Like,
I just want to see if I can get kind of a vibe of what the
it's a record player, not a psychic blankie. What the hell are you doing?
I mean,
Earhart.
you don't know. We are in a yokai house.
I'm just
Well,
trying to
I mean, you don't know. It's a creepy place. Who knows? Touch all the things. I plan to touch none of
Kanamichi,
the
can
things.
you and I just like post up at the basement with the key, just so when everyone else is done with the shenanigans, we can just get the fuck out of here with the plot MacGuffin.
Yeah, Tanamichi is going to.
Like Team Deadpan for the win right now. Just
Yeah.
I
freaking jump
still
off that
tell
dark
people
dead.
about that time you were like, oh, I don't trust Editos. Neither do I. When do you stop trusting him? When you did the creepy thing. When did you? At his goddamn name. Like,
yeah,
absolutely not. His name
At
is
the
Editos.
outset.
He's the devil.
Yeah. He's clearly the bad guy.
That's
Right.
profiling, Mike.
Mhm.
Like,
I will let the team Deadpan know. I'm letting everyone know, but I'm assuming they're the only ones paying attention that
Mhm.
Molly is absolutely set on visiting the farm.
I
cool.
think honestly that is
cool,
a
cool.
good idea.
You guys have fun at the
considering-
mass grave.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah,
something like
probably.
that.
But we
Or
should.
did I hear that right? You want to touch the record player? What a weird way to say it.
yeah, I want to try and get a vibe off it with Gearhart to get a little bit
Oh, that's right. It's a
into
record player. There's the last memory you get from it is that they have a Nat King Cole record that they play all the time, especially when it's not Christmas, because the memory out the window that you're getting would suggest that it is not Christmas, and they're listening to it anyway.
The memory out the window.
So
That was a very specific.
Gearhart gets
Right.
him memory flashbacks, and
Yep.
and the study has a window,
Oh,
and through it
okay.
he can see that
Okay.
in this memory where they're putting a Nat King Cole record on it, there's no snow outside. It's a bright sunny day.
Can I go play?
That's not weird. It just means you want to listen to Christmas music in the middle of the year. There's no law against that.
Can I go find that record?
I mean,
I mean, like
as
there
someone
isn't,
who's
but
worked retail,
perhaps
that
there
the
should be.
second that Thanksgiving ends, they start playing
Wait,
fucking Mariah
they-
Carey.
you know
Yeah.
they start playing that before
there should be
Thanksgiving
lot.
ends.
Yeah, they do though.
It's like a week or two
At the end of
before.
Halloween.
Yeah, I was
After
gonna say-
Halloween is when they really start playing that
I would
shit.
say, yeah,
Anyway.
East Coast after Halloween, West Coast after
Mhm.
Thanksgiving, because we
Yeah.
have standards.
Yeah. Because we're not fucked in the
See,
skull,
Mike gets
right?
it.
Solidarity.
Yeah, you
My
find the
birthday is
record,
in
no
between
problem.
Halloween and Thanksgiving. It's the worst time to be here in Chris. I hate
It's
Christmas
the worst
music
time
that's
of the
played
year,
during
you
that
might
time.
say.
I stopped listening to Christmas music on my own until it was like the week of Christmas, pretty much by the time I was done with college, because I have been in band and choir and orchestra,
Oof.
and you're
That
starting
shit
Christmas
starts.
music in August or
Mhm.
September.
Yeah,
And
That is rough.
so I just
I feel that.
it's like, it's regardless of whenever anyone else wants to start their Christmas music, that's fine. I just can't until like now I'm better. It's like December that I started, but it still is like I am just so over inundated with all the different songs for so many years of doing them
Mhm.
for like 4 months before the holiday.
Yeah, the
Well,
amount
they
of
weren't
times I
always even
played
ones I
Hallelujah
liked.
Chorus for like in October is ridiculous.
Sidebar: how much do you love Pomp and Circumstance?
I didn't go to my friend's high school
You got
graduation
jokes.
because I had done multiple graduations, including playing at my college graduation, and said, no, I am not sitting through another one with the same goddamn song. And I got the message of like, why aren't you here? And I'm like, I love you. I'll see you afterwards. Fuck that.
Yep.
That's funny.
Also, I did percussion, and I don't mean drums. I mean sitting there and you play the same 4 measures 2 times. And then you just stand there the rest of the time. You're not even doing anything. Anyway.
My fiance is a percussionist and he's sitting next to me just nodding painfully.
Right?
Yeah,
no,
I
it's
bet.
worse. Real quick, and then we'll go back to the game. In rehearsal, when you're getting ready to be about to play, and then they stop and go, all right, let's take it from the top. And you're like, I could have. And then you sit back down for another 40 measures. It's great. Anyway.
You find the record, no problem. It's right there next to the record
Yeah.
player on its edge in like the old fashioned cases they used to come in. There's a Stylistics, there's some Elton John, there's some Fleetwood Mac, there's some Booker T. It's
Wait.
exactly what you think it's going to be.
Fleetwood Mac is from the 70s? I missed something.
Yeah.
I thought he was from the 90s. I am wrong, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
I thought one of those was a little bit later.
Sure, technically Fleetwood Mac contains men. Sure, technically. Like, anyway.
So
I suppose
okay. For a question, how has the like after they started making eggs, I was like, okay, this is going nowhere. And
they
I'm
put
gonna
the eggs in front of you now. They're done.
Yeah,
I ate
but
them.
at that point, I went down to the basement door with Kai and started waiting for them. How is the key reacting now that we're here?
If talking is here and shrieking is here, it temporarily went up here and then just stopped and sort of sulks and resigns to its fate. Like
so it's at a high pitched tea kettle whine at a constant. Yeah.
Right, yeah, like that serial
there.
killer is going to eat me, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like,
so I'm gonna just like telepathically tell everyone, okay, if y'all don't get back here like the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna start order. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna get on their phone. I'm gonna go order 176 pizzas out of pure spite.
You'll find that they don't have a phone,
and I'm gonna have to deliver to the house and stick John and Jack with the bill.
That doesn't feel like a threat to us.
Wait,
that
I
feels
don't
like
think that's
chaos
a
and
downside.
fun. What, Molly?
I said I don't think there's no downside to this.
Yeah.
No, but there will be a witness that we're gonna get murdered.
So, what do they see at the farm?
We haven't gone to the farm yet. We came back to the house.
Ah.
I don't know how far away is the farm. You said it was pointed into the backyard, but like, is it where we can see it from the backyard?
I mean, the backyard goes out like 50 feet, give or take, and then you can see it crest down into a hill. So no, but you don't have to walk down to the farm to see it. You can just walk out to the edge of the backyard. There's a fence is in the backyard with a gate on it. If you peer over that, the farm is down there. It looks like a bunch of cabbages and tomatoes and such.
Do they look very ripe and juicy and well fertilized, perchance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look like prize-winning tomatoes for sure.
I feel like our father figures in this game and one of my characters have something in common.
Okay. Kai, you'll find that they don't have a phone. This is not exceedingly odd. Only something like 87% of America had a phone in 1971.
Oh,
So-
good.
so
Something
it's-
in the house is unusual.
So it's odd, but not really that odd. It's only odd in that they have, like, by contrast, that they have a bunch of other things that at the time are popular, and some people in 1971 had a phone just because it was the cool thing to have.
You're right. That is deeply strange. I'm going to go back downstairs to the demon crypt in the basement where the magical interdimensional crystal is waiting, just in case anything else, unusual shows up.
Right. The basement doesn't look like much. It's empty. There's some storage boxes over in the corner. But the vault is a metal box, twice as big as a bread box, give or take, sitting on a table by itself with a big V carved in the side of it. It's not subtle. Where the two lines connect in the bottom, there's a clear, very unusual keyhole.
With teeth-sized holes.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unusual and very, very distinctive.
I think Hoshi's gonna join Team Deadpan down there.
You bet. Molly, did you want to go fuss over this farm now that you're up there looking at it? Do you want to go down and look at it? Like, I don't know, grow up a tomato? Put your hand on some cabbages?
You made fun of Stormy for wanting to touch a record player, but you want Molly to grow up a tomato?
Bundle of cabbage?
Double
Whatever.
standards.
I feel like you don't ever get to judge anything we ever say again.
Oh, no.
Ever.
I'm not judging. I'm just surprised.
It's an offshoot of the Roma tomato family. It's a Gropa tomato.
Yes, Molly
Oh.
wants to look at the farm, but she
Like
also
a Roma and a grape.
No.
The crossbreed.
Stop. No.
Stop doing that with your hands.
They just kind of sort of come together. You know what I mean?
I remind you, Becky's parents decided to watch our show last time, so they are watching this.
Yeah.
When cabbage and a
Are
tomato
you
love
sure
each other
after
very
last
much.
time that they're still watching this show?
Yes, because apparently they liked it.
Okay.
Right,
Dreamed
so
in front of a
why
live
stop
studio
then?
I'm
Right,
so
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, don't be. Like, look, at this, what's this, 2 hours? They know what they're up for now. It's their fault.
yeah.
If they're still watching,
Yes.
it's on them. Like,
Yes.
like, we did say these are Becky's parents, right? That means they're
Yes.
adults. They can think for
Yes.
themselves.
Separate sentences. They are correct
Oof.
in this case, but they are
Ouch.
separate sentences.
That's true.
I am an adult. I shouldn't think for myself. What do you mean? I'm kidding.
So, Molly, do you go, in fact, get up close and personal with some produce?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Fantastic.
better. That was better.
Is
Not
it?
Not
Like-
great, but better. Because now I can picture Molly like crawling up to a tomato with like a specimen jar and a magnifying glass versus the
See,
Yeah.
I was picturing Molly getting like crawling into the produce with that look on their eye. You know what? That one? That's
I'm gonna paint you like your French vanilla.
exactly. Like,
So anyway,
Oh.
Stormy, you need a nap
Anyway.
badly. That was whew. Wow. Is it hot on this farm or is it just me? Whew.
so yeah, Molly's definitely looking at and she's also gonna see if she can find some seeds to take back with her.
Nope, that's low hanging fruit. I'm not gonna touch that one.
on.
You'll find that there is a small, like, not the kind of barn you find in a big industrial farm, a barn that's really just a glorified shed, right? That has, among other things, garden tools and seeds in it. There's really nothing special to see. It's a little mom and pop, or in this case, pop and pop farm stand.
So with
That's
that
it.
being said, would Molly, because we're on a completely different planet, like a different dimension, right?
I mean,
Like because
maybe.
we're not necessarily from Earth, right?
Oh, yes. None of you are, well, one of you is from Earth.
So would Molly recognize the plants that are growing?
From books and such, probably, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she's gonna collect seeds then because she wants to try growing them herself. And she's gonna take some soil samples and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
back
bet.
up
I'm not
there.
going to reroll for that. You steal somebody else's seed. You bet.
I'm just gonna sit on the table holding the mysterious box in my lap, waiting for the plot to happen around me.
With that being said, once Molly is satisfied with her thieving, she makes it back to the basement.
Heather never change. I mean, if you want to, but I'm really hoping you don't.
Nova just yelled at me when you said that, so I'm not allowed to.
Oh,
So we're all
my.
back at the door now?
It sounds like it. One at a time.
think
Did you eat
so.
the eggs? Did anybody eat the eggs?
Why would you eat anything these people give
did.
you?
I did. I
Why
ate the
do you keep
breakfast.
eating things from interdimensional, untrustworthy life forms?
They were made to
Hey,
order. They're really good.
You
They-
don't
Thank
trust
you.
them.
They make a little collection of sides for you. Like there's some cut up green onion and some shredded cheese that they shredded just in that moment, like took a block out of the fridge. What are you looking at? They got like a little dish of cut up little mushrooms. They went all out. There's like 8 things you could add to that egg.
This is a great breakfast. I'm so proud of you two.
They get all beamy and excited. And they go, see, we didn't need any help. We're 9.5. And then everyone except 4 is in the basement staring at this box.
I mean,
No, Molly's
Yeah.
still outside with the produce.
And then,
No,
and then
I
she
think
walked.
she came.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she came
I
back,
heard
okay.
that they acquired some seed and then they went to the basement.
No.
And Rena had ate and then went down to the basement
You
and
bet.
thanked them for the food.
You bet.
Mhm.
So now we're just waiting for 4 to decide to stop eating and wandering around what is clearly the next plot beat. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't actually put out a sign, but I'm thinking about it.
I'll
Hey,
come to the basement.
I
with
am
everyone
the
else.
kidding.
sign. I've been screaming this at you since the moment we got here.
I'm just kidding. You take all the time you want.
I am spray painting the letters plot here, like at the entrance to the basement.
Before
Again,
Rena,
don't you know you always want to go through every single side quest and talk to every single NPC
Oh, yeah.
and gather
Mhm.
every
I
single.
grew up playing video
You and I
games.
have played games together. Do you not know that I clear out the entire cave before we call that
If the
drop
plot is clearly down the left hallway, it doesn't exist.
go down
it
the
doesn't
right,
until
yeah.
you've gone down every
I
other
have-
hallway you can find.
I have
Punch a
to
hole in
hit
a wall if you
every
have to.
wall
I was
to
like,
make
just
sure
like-
it's not a
A
trip.
secret door to the thing we already got.
Can I
Secret tunnel.
ask a
It could have been a
question?
secret door to something else.
yes,
What,
Molly.
Molly? What?
Can I ask a
Hmm.
question?
Sure, yeah.
Hmm.
So
You just
given
did.
perfect. So then I'm gonna ask another one. But to clarify, the neighbor who was like cutting the rose bushes
Yep.
said that the 2 guys live across the street. Were they referencing the same house as the twins or a different house?
It sounded like it because they were like, "Yeah, yeah, Jack." There was the picture, and they were like, "Yeah, that's Jack Skulk. He's running for mayor. He lives across the street." And they pointed the house.
Okay, I didn't know if you were referencing that they lived like separately from the daughters. So I just wanted to clarify that.
It sounds like they do. The daughters and the dads live together. The dads aren't home all the time, and the daughters are sort of grown to take care of themselves.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Which
Okay,
they view,
got
which
it.
they view very much as a point of pride. I don't know if this term is popular in the 70s, but I was something of a latchkey kid as a kid. This would kind of be the same deal.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're-
Before
Fine.
Rena went down, she said, because I don't know what's going to happen when we go to the basement, and gives them a way to contact her in the future should they want to.
Like what? A phone number?
Yes,
Yeah.
equivalent of a phone number.
Yeah, you bet. Um, so you're all here in the basement. What now?
I hold up the box in front of Tanamichi's face like a kid with a videotape. Just like put the VCR, put the tape in the VCR thing. Put it in. Insert it. I want to watch The Lion King 2.5 for the 37th time.
Because you have children. Tanamichi, the key,
Yeah.
the key
He's
will
gonna say this
stress
is your
one
last
last
chance
time.
to say if he has
I-
any other information about why we shouldn't do this.
I am begging you, with everything I have, which admittedly is not much because I'm a key, but I am begging you not to do this.
Tanamichi, is it gonna die if we open the box? Just you can literally just ask.
Is it a one and done thing? Is that why? Are you gonna be
What,
gone
you mean like
afterwards?
you mean like dead? No,
Yeah.
I'm not traditionally living. But once you open
Oh.
it, you can't. I mean, once you open it, the crystal will come out, and don't do that. No one should have that crystal.
We agree.
You only agree if Tanamichi reads you their half of the conversation.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
This feels
If-
very much like walking into a trap, knowing it's a trap, knowing that there are really no
Uh-huh.
other options except to walk into the trap, being annoyed that the trap really is the next thing we got to do, and
Yep.
still walking into the trap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody, hold hands.
We all know this is gonna end the moment we put that key in the box.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold hands.
Yeah. Hand
Hold
link.
hands.
I will grab Molly and Kai.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll just
so
grab
you form a
whoever.
kumbaya circle, and then what?
Yeah.
Tanamichi opens the
Sorry,
vault.
I only have 2 hands. There's only 2 people whose hands I can hold. Like,
If you leverage the 2 girls who live upstairs, you could touch everybody with just one hand.
No.
Bendy, twisty arm, 2 fingers.
If
How
they want
you
to come with
said
us, they're
that
more than
made
welcome.
Tanamichi
so much
says
worse
to
than-
the key.
They do not. The basement gives them the creeps.
Huh.
Same.
Yeah, they
Okay.
don't want to be down here, and the dads couldn't or wouldn't come down here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't open the box.
They
They
couldn't
can't
open the box.
Yeah.
Well, the girls were
They were
arguing
mad
about
about it.
if they couldn't enter the basement or if they couldn't unlock it.
Right.
The girls each had a
Mhm.
different answer to that, so we don't
Mhm.
actually know what that
Tanamichi, do you open it?
Yeah, he goes, better us than them. We're all gonna die anyway.
I need to know who's standing in front of the box with you, as in the part where it opens.
Who's unlocking it? Tanamichi?
Tanamichi is, because
You
he's got the
bet.
key.
You bet. The box isn't especially large on that side, so I guess it's just you. As you insert that, there is a series of clicking sounds like you played the scales. It's like what keys do, but bigger and weirder.
Wait, what about the cage? Did anyone bring it?
I'm assuming
Nope.
Rena has it.
Oh.
I
Because
will
Rena was
happily. I will
Rena was the one
happily.
talking to the girls
Yeah.
before we got schlooped.
Hmm
Bless.
I had picked up the key, and that's how I first started talking to them.
When you open it up,
Grab
the door will open on its own.
The other key.
Like the key will sort of stick and turn without you. You don't have to engage any muscles to turn the key. Once you slide it into place, it'll open by itself, and a yellow crystal that is large enough to fill that entire container will barely slide out all by itself. And by slide out, I mean kind of shoot at you, like it's spring loaded. Not quite at the speed of a gun, but pretty close. Do you want to catch that thing or get out of the way? The corners look pretty sharp.
Touch it and think of something.
He has, and he hasn't really
Not
revealed
that.
this yet. It's been kind of hidden this entire time, but he has a prosthetic arm, like a big metal, like one of his arms is metal. And it is like it's a clawed gauntlet, so he kind of like flexes, and the gauntlet like sharpens a little bit, and you'll try to catch it before it hits him.
You bet. Would you make an athletics roll with an extra die because you have a special tool for the job?
Rena, did you pick up the cage when you were talking to the girls, or was it still
Oh,
sitting?
I'm sorry. There is an actual strength skill that I forgot about. Would you make a strength skill roll instead of an athletics roll? My apologies.
Okay. And
Our
then it's still
specialty.
that extra die.
Yep, still got an extra die.
Cool. That is still only 3 dice.
Better than
'Cause
me.
I
I
have-
have to take away one.
I have 0 in strength and 2 in body. I am a head person, not a body person necessarily.
Are any of you body people?
No.
I am
That
now.
was
Oh, Rena is.
that was still pretty good because I got a 6 and 2 4s.
Hey, you bet. That is 4 successes. That thing
That's
shoots out of that
impressive.
box like a bottle rocket, and it doesn't even, like, you don't slide backwards. Your arm barely moves. Like throwing a pebble at Superman. You just and you'll
Except it's
hear
kryptonite?
clapping behind you, and I will see you next time.
Yep. That's gonna be the
Uh-huh.
Well, shit.
Well, this
Like
was,
he said, we're gonna die either way, so might as well die with the super fucking power. They're gonna get the key either way. If they
The
kill
key
us
isn't
and
what
take the
matters
key.
now because they had the key. They gave us their house key to
Mhm.
come here.
But they would what Tanamichi was thinking in his head is they're gonna kill all of us but one, or gonna kill enough people to then force one of us to open the door for them.
Yeah.
So
Oh man.
the choice was like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna take the responsibility for opening Pandora's box.
but now all we have to do is think of a place and go.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And that
And
was the
that's why
thing.
we were all linked.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
Eh?
Oh.
Eh?
Yeah.
I say I appreciate Four's obsession with the different pieces of technology and Molly's obsession with every single plant life ever.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Mhm.
She's
We've
just
all got our gimmicks.
Yep.
And I have my bag of dirt.
Uh-huh.
Just imagining it like a dime bag, just a little.
Just
Oh
like
my
tiny little bag of dirt.
Yes.
I was thinking more of a Ziploc baggie.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, a dime bag is a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
From space.
Gosh.
Like a sandwich bag of dirt.
Uh-huh.
Just
That makes more
no,
sense.
no, not from space to space. I am delivering it unto space.
True.
You're gonna scatter it into space? That's so sweet of you.
No, I'm gonna take it back to the space station. And be like, I have a sample of real Earth soil.
For years.
You're
That
gonna
thing
put
worth,
next to your
like,
moon
bringing
dust and your
rocks from
Mars soil and your
No, because it's a precious thing. It's like I'm the only person who's ever trod upon Earth soil before.
You're
Any-
immediately my brain went to mole of you have disturbed the dirt.
Yes.
Man spent
Oh,
how many
love
years
so
bringing
much.
rocks from space to Earth? Now man is bringing Earth to space.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Well, you bring
Oh.
souvenirs home.
One
then-
baggie at a time.
When you visit your ancestral home, you bring a
Mhm.
souvenir to your new home. This makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
What would be hilarious is if somebody picked up a bag of like moon dust or whatever and brought it back to space thinking it was Earth dust.
Oh, that'd be so sad.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no,
Be
I think
hilarious.
canonically within the setting, people do visit the moon frequently.
Mhm.
And my character is I want to introduce this later, but I am a part-time mechanic for a mixed gravity gyrocycle racing rig that occasionally,
Of course.
yeah, that like has a different tracks both on the station and on the moon surface.
So you're saying you would know if it was moon dirt versus
I
Earth
would,
dirt.
yeah, yeah.
Because there's no dirt on Earth that looks gray and pale and flaky.
The
You just
rock
described my
composition is
skin.
different. There's artificial dirt and then there's real dirt. There's earth dirt. This is soil. It's even got the little white stuff in it from where the miracle grow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. Nice.
I do my research, damn it.
On
Kai is
to-
very protective of their dirt. Got it.
I take my dirt seriously.
He's dirt minded.
Space
dirty
dirt.
minded,
Hey,
please.
space dirt's important. You ever watch The Martian?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Great
the only one
movie.
that caught me saying that.
Yes. I was waiting for it.
What? I set that joke up. Come on.
Did you hear the payoff though? Okay, good.
Yeah. I was hoping someone would say it.
Yeah.
Now whether we were talking about Kai or Mike,
Yeah.
I will
How to make
emojiate
it
you
just
for the entire
new.
rest of this.
It's only payback for all the other
That's
pointed
true.
jokes
Yeah.
we've been making.
right?
Yeah.
I feel vindicated.
I mean, it's only fair to I get to be the butt of this at some point. You know,
Mhm.
Heather got foot jokes for like the entirety of for the last like 20 minutes of one session.
I'm not gonna let her live it down. It's fine.
Brought back every single time. Listen, you get your foot turned to
Dude,
calcium one time.
Yeah.
I know he can go to have it fixed.
What?
I know
Xana's
where
house.
you can go. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Tanamichi also knows the place because he's got a full fucking metal arm.
I heard.
Do you want a
Santa's house
biology?
and then realized
biological
you
or
said
metal?
Xanatos,
Oh,
and now
Yeah.
you should not have told me you have a metal arm. Wait,
Oh
Oh,
He's gonna-
everybody saw it.
I know, but now I know.
and he
Yeah.
wants to see
No.
your arm.
I want to
Yeah.
see. I want
Oh,
to see
yeah.
the arm.
So out of curiosity, which dimension is everyone from here?
Steel court.
Steel court.
Steel court.
Katsukuni or Kumi or however you say it.
Okay,
This one that has this
Right,
specific
okay.
picture in it
so
from the book.
3 steel court, 1 Nakatsukuni, 1 refuge,
And I
and
don't think
Hoshi
And
refuses
whatever
to
Hoshi's
disclose.
from,
Yes.
because Hoshi.
Hoshi refuses to disclose.
Mhm.
Hoshi likes her
Sure.
secrets.
Hoshi is a villain.
And what clan is it? I mean,
I
I'm from
mean-
the Arashi.
Yeah.
where you assume someone who tries to stay as neutral as possible has negative ambitions.
Yeah.
Okay, glad
Mike,
to
what's
know
your
how you
clan?
view life.
I'm still putting money on Hoshi being secret yokai in disguise.
Yeah.
I mean-
Mike, what's your clan?
Clearly,
M-
the yokai
Me,
have already.
Tante.
Conte.
Yeah, clearly the yokai have already infiltrated the shadows.
The agency. Yeah,
So,
and that's I'm
which
the only thing I was really worried about with you guys potentially taking the crystal to Arashi is
Mhm.
like Arashi's like the whole clan of like backstabbers and dirty tricks, and I'm like, and if you think
No.
that
it's basically like a mob family.
right,
Yeah.
but I'm just thinking like but
Like you
if you think
protect
that
your
like
own, you
the
protect your family.
Exactly. It's not all
Which doesn't
backstabbing.
change how they are viewed by other people.
right,
No,
Fair. Yeah.
but you protect your family.
Yes. At all costs.
You kill people to protect your family, but they also cared
Mhm.
about those people that you killed. Like there are two sides
Yeah.
to this, and it's allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
Hoshi, I will say, Hoshi seemed very familiar with what was going on in the earth as we were there.
Mm.
Like not necessarily the time period or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like the plants and to even say, oh yes, we're new neighbors and all of that.
Mhm.
type
so
of
you're
stuff.
this might be your home dimension, is what you're saying. Your lack of a response is telling.
What I want to know is that, like, because what's freaking me out about the fact that we went back to 1971 is that it
Specifically,
seems
very
like
specifically.
it's a pocket dimension that these creatures live in and just have a semblance of, like, it's all like smoke and mirrors. Like, that's where my brain goes. It's all smoke and mirrors. We're not actually on Earth.
Makes you wonder if whoever put the crystal here created the pocket dimension and not them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the girls said that their dads bought
But the
a
house. So they
versus
came
like
in.
we created this place to live here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but now bought from who? Like
Great
Xanatos?
question.
True.
They're also
Probably.
not
Or
really allowed to
that
leave the
could
house.
be the story that Mr. Smiles and Mr. Skulk tell those girls.
But also, like it could be that they bought it from Xanatos, or Xanatos is how they acquired it anyway, because they do have a specific key card to Xanatos that he went,
Yeah.
yes, this is from my buddies. Like,
They have an existing
Yeah.
business relationship.
Oh,
Mhm,
we should have
mhm.
asked about
I mean,
that.
we do now.
we tried asking about it. They didn't want to give us nothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
No,
would
they just rushed us out the door.
And we know Xanatos isn't going to tell the truth about that shit because it's business
Business
confidentiality
uh-huh.
stuff.
Need to know.
Do you think
Yeah.
the children are basically just guard dogs for this house?
That
Ooh.
might be.
No.
I feel like the bear bug things that attacked us outside of Xanatos were his guard dogs, but I don't know necessarily that
If
these
the girls
are.
were the guard dogs, I feel like they would have been more hostile to us before they even knew about the key, but they weren't at all, even after we shot them. Hi,
Sorry.
but
Oh,
you
New
know-
phrase.
Thank you.
Guide dog.
Hello, Catbutt.
Listen,
Mhm.
he doesn't show up for the entire time, but just at the end, he's gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Hello, here's my booty hole."
He heard it was time for the debriefing.
You're
Uh-huh.
ready to pucker.
Okay, your sister made her cameo. Come here. This is Eclipse. Oh, and he's wanting to completely blend in with the background.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's
Mhm.
all the side he ever wants to show anyone anyway.
Wow.
So
Ass.
there he is. Oh no.
Nope.
Hold on.
Now you're gone. Now
There we go.
everyone's gone.
Eclipse.
Well,
Buddies.
I am going to start, I guess, heading to bed.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
Very silly.
Good night,
Very silly
everyone.
children.
Yeah. This
Bye,
was
guys. Have a good night.
we'll
Night.
see how this goes tomorrow or next week.
Next
not
week,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Tomorrow.
Next time
Mm.
on
Next time.
Shadowscar.
Score.
Oh my goodness.